Arena here in the beautiful Traverse City, Michigan for Game 2 for the Red Wings of the 2021 Prospects Tournament presented by Huntington Bank. I'm your host, Daniella Bruce, alongside our Red Wings radio play-by-play announcer, Ken Kal, and of course, Regner's back. That's
You
the best
bet.
part of today's stream, isn't it?
Certainly
Isn't
is.
it? And
I like to think so.
It is. Carley Johnson, of course, will be joining us momentarily. So we're here for Game 2 against the St. Louis Blues. You guys, I know this is Art's first live experience of our Red Wings prospects team. We really enjoyed the first game, Ken.
Yeah, we certainly did, and we saw a really good first line for the Red Wings, and they really shined in that hockey game against the Dallas Stars. So I'm looking forward to good things here today. It'll be interesting to see as both lines go head-to-head against each other, the Blues against the Red Wings.
You guys are going to be hearing a lot about Sebastian Cossa today, the Red Wings' 15th overall pick in the 2021 draft, the goaltender making his Prospects Tournament debut. So we're really excited to see what he's going to do. You guys, I got to tell you, yesterday I saw Sebastian Cossa in person for the first time. We were walking by each other in one of the hallways, and he is so tall. He is so big. I'm really excited to see what he can do out on the ice.
Well, I'm really psyched up to see Sebastian Cossa. First of all, he does not lack confidence. And, and I know he has a plan of when he is going to make his Red Wings debut as the number one goaltender. And let's say in his mind it's sooner rather than later. But really, he came in along with Jesper Wallstedt as two of the very, very best goaltending prospects in a number of years, perhaps since Carey Price, people were saying. The Red Wings traded up to get him in 15th overall in the first round. So I look at this as a really good opportunity. His numbers in Edmonton in the Western Hockey League the last couple of years have been out of this world. And he's big. He's the prototype goaltender. And, let's be honest here. And, Jan Bednash is also the backup. I'm eager to see, Bednash too. But, Red Wings, Steve took a position of question, and with Alex Nedeljkovic and now drafting Cossa and getting Bednash the year before, suddenly this is starting to come together. The goaltending position. It's very, very important, and Cossa could be the answer.
It's amazing when you really think about it, about the goaltending situation. They weren't really deep at the end of last season.
No.
Now all of a sudden, and you look at Brattstrom and how he played against the Dallas Stars, he certainly was terrific in goal. He made some big saves for Detroit. Dallas scored 3 goals in the third period, but now what you're seeing with the Red Wings is perhaps you have a couple of goaltenders of the future in their system.
Well, former Red Wing Jamie Pusher, who I saw here yesterday, who's, I don't know, he's like third in command at Tampa. But talking to Jamie, he was really, really impressed with Brattstrom. He said Detroit's goaltending situation looks pretty good, and he goes, don't sleep on Brattstrom either. So that's encouraging. When obviously Jamie's a Red Wing and all that, probably at heart, even though he just won the Stanley Cup with Tampa. But when he says something like that, you actually pay attention.
Art, you also told me that he was pretty impressed with Kirill Tutayev, but who wasn't after the 2-goal performance in that first game?
He asked me where he came from. He said, where did that guy come from? He goes, I looked at our scouting reports. We had 2 little paragraphs on him. But, again, when he was drafted, we were, I was at the draft, and that had to be, I guess, 2000 in Vancouver,
2019.
Yeah. And everybody said the same thing, is that he puts up numbers that are out of this world. They're astronomical numbers. Yet maybe he's playing in leagues that we're not really familiar about, or in Belarus, or maybe he should be in a league higher or whatever, but you could not ignore his numbers. So the Red Wings said, hey, let's do it. It's a 7th round pick, 190th overall, and the next thing you know is, bam, he's he comes out here, decides to come to North America. No one really knows what you have. Yep. And he gets 2 goals and an assist. I mean, that's pretty impressive debut.
And Ken, he'll be on that second line. You mentioned the top line that we saw in Game 1 of Joe Veleno, Lucas Raymond, and Jonathan Berggren. They will be together as the top line again today. And that second line, which consists of Kirill Tutayev, Chase Pearson, and Cross Hannes. Chase Pearson was really impressive, too. That line as a whole was very, very impressive.
Yeah, and let's not forget Cross Hannes, too, because he did pick up an assist in that hockey game. And, I think the top 2 lines for the Red Wings really carried the load when you think about it offensively. They all chipped in offensively with either a goal and an assist, or multiple goals or multiple assists. So those 2 lines really played well. And let's keep in mind the defense, too. Like Jared McIsaac, I thought was terrific.
Yep.
I believe he was +3 back there on the blue line, played a lot of minutes for Detroit. And it's good to see that he was durable out there, and you want to see him have success, especially after those shoulder injuries that he suffered.
Exactly.
Well, the one defenseman I'm eager to see is Alex Cotton. He wasn't drafted his first year of eligibility at 18. The Red Wings drafted him the second year when he was a 19-year-old, and in his second year he had 67 points for Lethbridge, and he kind of came out of nowhere. He exploded offensively, and so the Red Wings said, this is another, what the heck, we'll roll. It's a draft. You roll the dice. And and then he followed it up last year with like 26 points in 24 games because it was a compressed schedule. So here is another guy who could be really a dynamic offensive weapon, especially on the power play, can run it. So I'm really eager to see Alex Cotton too, and Jared McIsaac, as Kenny said. Hey, 2 shoulder surgeries, which is tough for me to say. Coming off that, and I like what McIsaac said in a Zoom call a couple of days ago. I just want to reestablish myself in this organization, which, when he was drafted, very high hopes for him. So I hope he does reestablish himself.
All right, gentlemen, let's welcome in Carley Johnson for the first time. She is down rinkside for us today. Carley, we've been talking about a few of the Red Wings prospects that we will see out on the ice tonight. I am sure you're just as excited to see Sebastian Cossa for the first time.
That's right. I thought you guys forgot about me down here.
Heck no. Maybe Art did. Art was in his zone, but I did not.
I'm ringside here. I was listening to you guys chat the whole time, and I can't argue with any of the points you guys brought up. Of course, I have my sights set on Kirill Tatayev. He had a team-high 4 shots on net in that game on Thursday, game 1. I'm like, what day is it? But on the first game for the Detroit Red Wings. So he obviously had a big breakout first game. We were all kind of like, how do you say this guy's name? We're not quite sure about him, don't know much about him. But you brought up Daniella, that Sean Horkoff said, look out for this guy, and I definitely see why he pointed him out of the crowd.
Yeah, he's going to be great again tonight. I can just feel it. It's been great to watch those top 2 lines, as we mentioned. And then we're going to see Patrick Curry as well for the first time tonight. It looks like Hayden Verbeek will be the scratch. So we'll see Patrick Curry make a debut here at the Prospects Tournament. Ken, Art, what do you 2 know about him?
Well, first and foremost about Verbeek, I thought he showed a lot of speed, exceptional speed on the forecheck. And you really can't have too much speed in the game of hockey. I think that's just a plus, and anybody who can skate has a good shot at someday playing in the National Hockey League. Curry's a pretty strong player as well. He's going to get a good look here tonight against a very good team in the St. Louis Blues, and he wants to open up the eyes of the Red Wing management here tonight.
Right, he has an AHL contract, so he'll be in Grand Rapids playing with the Griffins, but that didn't slow Luke Glendening down when he signed an AHL contract too. He had to go to Toledo for a little while, play for the Walleye, come back, and then obviously he's had a really good career, and we certainly do wish him luck in Dallas. But the point is that this is opportunity. Kenny can remember we would come up here for Prospects Tournament and training camp, and in all honesty, the Red Wing lineup was pretty much set.
Yeah.
I mean, there weren't a lot of prospects. They traded a lot of draft picks away because they were competing for Stanley Cups. And there really wasn't competition so much, and that's why Kenny got addicted to hot air balloons and stuff, because we really didn't have to do any work up here because we knew how the team was going to look. and now when but there's competition here. I mean, This is what's really exciting. I can't overstate it. I mean, you're going to see legitimately everyone who dresses for the Red Wings tonight could make a case to be a Red Wing someday, and that hasn't happened in a number of years.
Well, Carley, you know this pretty well. Chase Pearson, you got to talk to him last game. Lettuce in the bucket. That was the number 1 quote of the day. But he is one of those guys that I would look at to really, really compete for a center position on this Red Wings roster.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've been hearing for the past couple of years, Steve Yzerman saying there are jobs to be had on this team. No one's safe. Not to say that in a negative way, but it's giving these young guys opportunity to step up and be a part of that Red Wings team in Detroit. Chase Pearson, he's a very cool, calm, collected guy talking to him, but you can see it out on the ice too. He's really comfortable and he's confident, and he had a really good first game, so I'm hoping he'll keep that ball rolling in game 2, because he's someone, like you said, who's really, really making a push to be in Detroit.
We mentioned that we might see some different Red Wings out on the ice this season? Well, we definitely will with some moves that Steve made in the offseason. We're also going to see something a little bit different on the Red Wings helmet this year.
Yeah, Meyer. I know. I love it. I don't know if you guys saw that video of Tyler Bertuzzi checking out at Meyer, and then all of a sudden it's a bucket. I keep saying a bucket now. A helmet. It's a helmet, and he puts on. He's like, "Oh, I'll take that. Don't need to bag it." I like it. I mean, you know what? It fits. I know everyone kind of has their hands up in the air about the whole, having a sponsorship on a helmet, but it works. It doesn't really feel out of place because it's red and white, and red and white. I mean, Meyer's colors are red. It kind of fits. It works. It works.
Carly was just describing a video for all of you guys. Let's take a look at it.
No one even has to see it.
The description was great.
Welcome to Meyer. Did you find everything okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
You don't need to bag that. I'll wear that home. Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you for shopping at Meyer.
Appreciate it.
All right, yes. It was great, Carly. Your description was also
Thank you.
great. Okay, yes. They really didn't even need to watch the video. But as excited as we are to have Meyer as the helmet sponsor, we are also excited to see Tyler Bertuzzi back in action. That's going to be one of the most exciting things about training camp. But before we get to talking a little bit more about the game that we are going to see tonight, you guys may have seen the winged wheel on the Red Wings YouTube page, but it is a great behind-the-scenes look at everything Red Wings. And take a look at episode 1 where we go from free agency leading all the way up to prospects tournament.
Next up, Art Regner, DetroitRedWings.com.
Hi, Steve.
Art,
I'm doing well, thank you. I wanted to ask you, were you kind of glad when you saw what was happening in the goaltending market yesterday that, hey, thank heaven I got that all kind of cleared up. I took care of that because it seemed like a lot of teams were making it up as they went along because guys seemed to be shifting so quickly.
Well, it's really hard, Art, to plan for free agency because you just don't know.
All right, fellas. Now this really is the one tonight. We got to go out there and take it.
Back after the Detroit Olympia. Hand clasps and picture taking all prove how wonderful it feels to be a winner again.
They're helping bring our city together, and I'm just so proud of all we work together as a unit. It's beautiful.
We continue to be laser focused on building a team for our incredible fans.
With the future of the Red Wings now more secure from the NHL entry draft, the team quickly turned its attention to the current season with the start of free agency. The Wings wasted no time making a flurry of moves that have reshaped the roster, a key step in the rebuild process.
Well, in order to develop a team, you've got to do it through a few avenues. You try to get your core through the draft. That's usually the way you get it. And for Steve Yzerman, the tools for him is either signing free agents, making trades, and drafting. It's the three ways that you improve your team. Well, he's using all three at one time.
I think we added good pieces at each position. The Nadalkovich trade's another one where, again, we added good pieces, I think, at each position. I'm happy with the additions that we made. I'm happy that we're bringing back a guy like Sam Gagner and a guy like Mark Stahl. I think they're really good leaders and can help our young guys continue to get better and in the meantime still have good depth to their game and can add significant value to our team.
I really enjoyed my time last year and right from the end of the season till now, I've been that's kind of all I've been focusing on is pretty hopeful to be a wing and just really happy that it worked out that way. Yeah, really excited.
When he's on the ice, he's a guy that's going to be reliable. He's going to have everybody's back out there, and that's why you add those guys into the mix with your young players.
I think a successful free agency in general is just changing the complexion of your team. And so like a guy like Nick Leddy, yes, maybe he'll make somewhat of an impact on the ice, a huge impact in the locker room. But if you're pairing him with Moritz Seider and that allows Moritz Seider to be put in a position to thrive, that's a huge success.
you have this list of guys. You really have no idea if you're getting them. And when you don't get the first guy, it's a juggling act. And guys are going, even for like fourth liners, the guys you really like, they're gone early.
When you look at what Steve's doing right now, and especially his sweet spot for the guys he's trying to acquire and build with, mid-20 guys that have had maybe a little NHL experience or are ready to take that next step and grow into their own.
I think anytime someone has a conversation with Steve Y, it's his track record, right? You know who you're talking to. I think he's very open and upfront about what his vision for this team is. This is the type of team I want to build, and here's how we're going to get there. And if you want to be part of that journey, then let's go.
If you're 23, 24, 25, you're out of your entry-level contract, or you've got other guys ahead of you in other places, and you now can pick your own team, so to speak, or pick your own opportunity. This might be an opportunity that really appeals to you. And you look at a guy like Suter, that's an opportunity. He had the opportunity to show what he had playing in Chicago, playing alongside Patrick Kane. Now he's got the opportunity to show what he can do on his own, given a bigger role. So I think guys who are looking for those kind of opportunities, and they've got some talent, and they've got some hunger, and they're what Steve's looking for as far as their character, this is a great spot to land.
Again, you raise it, and in previous meetings with our local media, seems to be improving the offense. I think it's not the only area we need to improve upon. We need to, we certainly need to improve upon our defensive game as well. So I don't know that I put any more value over one than the other. We're trying to get better in all areas.
To be honest, if you're already down 3-0, 4-0 in a game and you're letting in all of these goals, you don't stand a chance at all. So that's the easiest way to lock things in first, and then the offense will follow.
You can't win a Stanley Cup without good goaltending. You can't win a Stanley Cup without good defense. He's going to want a strong defensive team.
At the same time, maybe Steve Y doesn't think that his offense is as bad as everyone else thinks.
Scores! Hat trick! Robbie Fabry! Missed by much. Loose in front of the goal. Scores! Shot, save, rebound, scores!
I think Jacob Vrana, he's the perfect example of that. Maybe they believe that he truly is this top-line winger that's going to carry the load.
With the trust and confidence of Steve Yzerman, Detroit's young offense is primed and ready to improve upon last year's numbers as they prepare for the season ahead.
Next up, Max Boltman with The Athletic.
Then when you talk about the young players competing for jobs, with where does Veleno fit into that? Is he he came up at the end of last year. Is he still in your mind a prospect competing for a job, or does he kind of go in penciled into the roster?
When you put a young player into an NHL lineup and maybe he's playing up, right? You don't want him to be in really difficult matchups or situations.
You have to have an environment for guys to succeed.
The experience that I've had as a coach at a number of levels, I think helps me understand how important it is for that player to be ready to succeed, to thrive on the ice.
Scores! Veleno with his first National Hockey League goal! Wow. Get him the puck, Joe Veleno!
We got a little bit of a view of him at the end of the season here in Detroit, and he looked pretty good. So I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, he's destined for Grand Rapids, but he's definitely not penciled into the roster.
For Detroit's prospects, a spot on the roster is anything but guaranteed. But with training camp looming, they'll have every chance to compete and convince the team that they belong.
I'd love to ask you just one more. Listening to you talk about the off season, in your job, is this your favorite part of the calendar, the draft, the free agency, the player acquisition, or is it a different part of the year? Where does this fit into it?
Yeah, it's a lot of, it's enjoyable. It's kind of stressful because there's so much uncertainty to it all,
Training camp generally has started, we'll have around 70-ish players, generally, somewhere in that number. I think just being on the ice with the guys and seeing where we're at. I think there's a number of players that we've made trades for, we've signed free agents, we've got young players coming in. Where's each guy at? How good do they look? Where's their games at? How much have young players taken steps in the right direction? So I think that's the exciting part about training camp.
I want to see these competitions play out in real time, and these guys who come in see what they've got and see if they can grab that opportunity and really see how they push one another. I think it's going to be a really spirited camp, and I can't wait to see these guys on the ice get at it.
Of course, our crews are working hard right now getting together the next episode of The Winged Wheel presented by Bud Light Seltzer that will be released on October 1st. A big shout out to St. Louis fans that will be joining us now for tonight's stream. So we're excited to have Game 2 of the Prospects Tournament right here between the Red Wings and the Blues. Last game for the Blues, they lost in overtime to the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Red Wings won a close 5-4 game against the Dallas Stars. Let's take a look at the lines that we will see tonight. For the Red Wings, we're going to see the same two top lines that we talked about earlier in Raymond Veleno Berggren, and then Hannes, Pearson, and Tutayev. The third line switched up a little bit. Patrick Curry in, and Hayden Verbeek is scratched. We also will get our first look at Mason Ward on defense.
Yeah, and, there's a lot of balance, I think, that the Red Wings have, especially when it comes down to the lines. You wouldn't think that that's the case, but I thought the third and fourth lines that played in the last game against the Dallas Stars actually competed and really kind of won the battle, I thought, against the Dallas Stars. And the top two lines carried the offense for Detroit.
And, of course, Sebastian Cossa in net as well. Let's take a look at the Blues. We haven't looked much into what they're going to bring to the table tonight. They have Nikita Alexandrov and Jake Neighbors on that first line right there. They're both some pretty high prospects, so excited to see what they bring to the table. What are you guys looking for in St. Louis?
Well, a long time ago, the Red Wings and Blues were bitter rivals to a degree. I don't know, Ken, do they still hold the record for most penalty minutes in the playoff in a period or something?
And in the regular season, too.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's blue versus red or whatever, but, it's always a good game against the Blues, and I'm looking forward to it. I think where St. Louis is at right now with their prospects and where Detroit is at, because Detroit is in such a major rebuild, that you would look, and as Ken said, you look at the top six forwards for the Red Wings. I'm pretty sure every one of those guys is going to make some sort of debut or is going to end up playing for Detroit. And then the bottom six, these are guys that are energy developing guys, checking guys who, you always need guys like that. So Detroit really has a complete team. I think St. Louis, again, is in a process of trying to replenish their prospect pool a little bit, and where the Red Wings, and we know because they've been there before, the Red Wings are just a little bit ahead. So it'll be interesting to see, because I think if you're both teams going into this game and you're looking at it, there's opportunity for both prospects teams.
Definitely.
That'll be interesting, and I think the Red Wings, because they're such a loaded prospect team, if you look at it, I think that St. Louis knows that. And, hey, if you can score a couple of goals on Sebastian Cossa, that's going to be pretty impressive.
We're looking at the Blues as they come out onto the ice surface, but I really like their top line, Daniela and Art. I think McGing, he's a pretty good player. He's got nifty hands, nose for the net. You can see him in front of the net. Alexandrov, he's got that short, choppy stride, but, he's able to get by defenders with quick cuts, and he's got that powerful stride, as I mentioned. And Neighbors, he's really an explosive skater. Excellent first step. Not a bad shot, but those three guys can skate well. They use their edges well, and I expect them to shine here tonight against Detroit.
We have a packed crowd. You can hear the cheering crowd here at Center Ice Arena in Traverse City. They are also happy to have Prospects Tournament back, training camp back up here, obviously missing a year due to COVID-19, but it's packed tonight. We're excited to have everyone here.
Yeah, Saturday night hockey in Traverse City. It's good. Weather has been beautiful all day long, and now we got some hockey tonight for the fans.
Okay, one thing I do want to mention, because we kept talking about how small Kirill Tutayev was in our first stream of the game. They have him listed a little differently tonight. He is 5'10", 176 pounds. That is much heavier than they had him listed at the 149 before.
Well, he must have been at the training table quite a bit, eating a lot of steak and potatoes, right?
They say Americans indulge, right? He must have learned that pretty quickly. Now, we are going...
Thanksgiving came a little early for him.
We're going to head down to the ice right now, guys. Anthem coming up shortly.
Good evening and welcome, hockey fans, teams, and scouts, back to Center Ice Arena for day number 3 of the 2021 NHL Prospects Tournament. Tonight's game from West Rink pits the St. Louis Blues against the Detroit Red Wings. Fans, at this time, we ask if you're able that you all please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, Ken, let's get things started here tonight. What do you say?
Yeah, it's a nice night for hockey, as we mentioned, and we want to thank everybody for tuning into our stream and spending your Saturday evening with us. Really looking forward to the St. Louis Blues against the Detroit Red Wings, and as we get a good look at your favorite goaltender here in the Prospects Tournament, Art Sebastian Kosa.
Hey, wait,
what do you have to say about that?
Let's do an over-under right now. How many times does Art say Sebastian Kosa during this stream? I'm going to set it at 100.
Okay, yeah, that sounds
low.
about right. Yeah, that's the over-under. I would take the over all day. When he was drafted, I got to interview him, and I know the interview was supposed to be like 5 minutes, and we talked for like 20.
No way, not you.
And it was, it was. I mean, he's engaging, but the thing I like about him is he's confident, and I do know his own personal plan when he is going to step on the ice and be the number one goaltender for the Detroit Red Wings, and it's pretty darn soon. I like that kind of confidence.
We're underway as the puck is dropped out at center ice, and the Blues will control inside their own zone. It's scooped up by Tucker. He'll wheel it across, and now Alexandrov drops it back to Tucker again. Races up the left wing board, shovels it into the Detroit zone. Kosa slaps it around the far wing, and the Wings come away with it. Tatayev, who had 2 goals in the last game. Wings fail to clear it out. Now they lift it out to center ice, and Tucker will control inside his own zone. No score, just begun. Alex Cotton will pick up the puck inside his own zone, play it to Jared McIsaac, and again, McIsaac +3 in that last game, Daniella. He looked really good.
That he did, and it's something you really want to see out of Jared McIsaac. We know he's faced some adversity for such a young player after 2 shoulder surgeries, so they're expecting a lot out of him, though, and they think he handled that adversity pretty well.
Raymond, Berggren, and Veleno out there for Detroit, and they produced a lot of points in that last game against the Dallas Stars. Parrott into the corner, tried to move it up the boards, and the Blues will come away with it and bring it out to center ice. Pulled over is Ward right down below us. Kravchenko going after the puck. Veleno steals, put on the brakes, drops it back quickly, and a good break outside Detroit is Raymond. Hits Berggren with a pass. Berggren left circle, tried to play it out in front. Knocked away by the Blues, and they come back out to center ice. Zito with a check on his man, left Ferrier. It looks like the Blues have come out trying to play the body a little bit here in the early goings. Berggren is bent over, and he's making his way to the bench.
Right. His helmet came off. He had a collision right behind the Blues net, and hopefully that's just not serious. He's just shaken up a little bit, because that would be a blow. He has suffered. He's had a history of injury, unfortunately, and last year he was healthy, and he was 7th overall in the Swedish Hockey League in scoring, so he's definitely a player.
Watch Kurek over the Detroit line. It's belted away, and down the ice it goes back into the St. Louis end, and Larkin to pick it up. Not Dylan Larkin, but Cole Larkin for the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, you hear Larkin with this audience, people are going to be, whoa. That's leadership from the captain if he wants to play the Prospects.
Curry up across the line, tried to play it to Walker. It's broken up, and now a lead pass. Janelle up across the Detroit line to a trailer, moving in, a shot. And that was wide of the goal, taken by Scott Perunovich, the Smooth skating defenseman for the Blues. Shot from the left side, and that one's turned away by Kosa. He kicked it away with authority with that left pad.
What a save.
Perunovich right back over the line. He'll shoot it into the side of Kosa. Ends up in behind the Red Wing goal. McIsaac is belted. Played it around the wing, and now going after it, there's McGing in behind the Detroit goal. This is the top unit out there for St. Louis right now. McGing turns away from a check of Walker. Battling for it in that left corner. Now the wing steal. That is Cotton lifting it ahead to McIsaac up the right side, and the pass was thwarted by the St. Louis Blues. Toporowski trying to dig away at the puck. McGing all over him. Toporowski will play the puck in behind the St. Louis goal.
I've told all our fans in Saginaw, I would say this. T-Bone Cod is on the ice.
Toporowski with a shot, and that one actually deflected off the skate of T-Bone Cod to the front of the goal. And the netminder, Colton Ellis, comes up with a save.
Just a reminder to any of our Red Wings fans watching today, if you use the hashtag LGRW when you're commenting about the game, you may just see your comments included in tonight's stream. So make sure anything you want to comment on, anything you want to say, use that hashtag LGRW.
And keep in mind, this is a family show as we have a face-off coming up to the left of Ellis.
Yeah, but let's face it, the comments never are a family show, are they? I mean,
we just won't post it, right?
Yeah, right. Well, hopefully we won't.
Neither team has managed to score. We are 3 minutes and 23 seconds into the hockey game. Ellis, the goaltender for the Blues, drops it back, and now it's scooped up by Luce. And he'll play it out towards center ice.
Luce, a former Wolverine.
Sabrango will pick it up. Ooh, he's belted in along the boards right there by LaFerriere of St. Louis. LaFerriere moves away from Sabrango again, centers it, backhand to the side of the goal, and a backhand try right there by Alexandrov, just wide of that left goal post. Wings settle it down, chip it ahead, cross Hannes, dumped it off the boards, out to the St. Louis line, and Luce will scoop it up inside his own zone. Wing it out to center ice, the pass was behind Neighbors, but he covers up, sends it over to the open side of the ice, and Luce will fire the puck back into the Red Wing end. Joshua along the right wing boards, battling for it. That is Tutayev, and it's lifted to Veleno and behind the Detroit goal, moved up the wing. Berggren back on, that's good. We saw him bent over, but he's got the puck now. Dances out towards the blue line, got it to Veleno, over the line to Raymond, knocked down that pass, shoots the puck, rebound right on the doorstep. Ellis made the initial save, and the Red Wings couldn't put the rebound home.
You know, we heard Jonathan Berggren after practice yesterday talking about some of the chemistry that him, Raymond, and Veleno have been able to build in such a short period of time. Berggren and Raymond already have a little bit of a relationship playing in Sweden, but adding Veleno into that mix, it's great to hear.
Well, Joe did spend last year in Sweden, man, so...
I also hear he's the Uber driver in Traverse City this year, the only one with a car. So they have to be his friend, right?
Red Wings a bit dangerous in the St. Louis end. Brubacher has it at the line, and he'll float that puck down low to Joe Veleno, bumped with his man. Veleno goes down, and that allows the player Perunovich to pick it up. Use his edge to get away from traffic. Now hands it out to Dickinson at center. Skates over the Red Wing blue line on Brubacher. Backhands it behind the Red Wing goal. Cotton with a check on his man. Now it's Luce along the far boards. Curry scoops it up for Detroit. Outlets it out to center ice to the St. Louis blue line. Galloway dumped it out to center. Following up center ice, that's McIsaac. Lifting it up across the line. Now a feed pass. Zito trying to pick the left corner. Fired it wide of the goal.
Zito, an interesting story.
And he ran into the goaltender Ellis. Now a centering attempt. Curry tried to bat it out of midair, but he just didn't get his stick on it. Red Wings a bit dangerous. Now it's scooped up by the Blues along the right side, but they fail to clear it out. Curry holds it in. Curry checked by Dickinson. Now it's McIsaac tapping it forward, but it bounces off a stick and out to center ice. St. Louis in the middle of a change. Galloway has it inside his own zone. Flips it out to LaFerriere, up over the Detroit line, right wing boards. LaFerriere knocked it down. McIsaac stole the puck, and now it's a fast pace as they go up and down, and Walker to dump the puck behind the St. Louis goal. Well, the tempo is really fast here tonight.
Yeah, they're really up and down, hardly any whistles.
Sabrango inside his own end, popped it off the boards, knocked down by Janelle, who moves in with a shot and scores. He picked the upper left-hand corner under the crossbar, and the Blues take a 1-0 lead.
That was a nice shot.
All of these games that we've seen here at the Prospects Tournament have had such a high tempo and a lot of intensity to it, and it's not lacking here. in the first 7.5 minutes of this period.
Short side, pick that corner up high.
6.5. My math is bad, isn't it?
That was Janelle who fired that one from the left side, and that was a beautiful goal to give the Blues the lead.
Seemed to startle Kosa a little bit. Probably didn't think that he could hit that mark, but at this level, you have some great guys who can shoot the puck.
So it's 1-0 St. Louis. Again, the Blues on the attack. McCallum in behind the goal, trying to feather it out in front. He's watched by 3 white sweaters. The end of the corner, they are battling for it down low, trying to dig the puck around the boards. LaFerriere, he is dumped in along the end boards. An outlet feed comes up the boards and out to center ice. Tucker swings it across. Runovich, he's a good hockey player. Finds an opening, uses his speed to get out to center. Cuts over the Red Wing line into the left circle, tried to play it back, and it bounced to the blue line, held in by Tucker again. Floats it around the end boards, left corner. Sabrango just finds the opening and drills it down the ice as the Red Wings will change on the go. St. Louis leading 1-0 on the goal by Janelle. Neighbors in over the Red Wing line. Got the shot away in a crouch position. Sebastian Kosa comes up with a save.
Second game of the Prospects tournament for the Detroit Red Wings. Tomorrow they take on the Columbus Blue Jackets starting at 6 p.m. We will be streaming that one. You guys will have a guest in the booth. A broadcaster from Columbus will be joining you, so that should be fun. And then, of course, we have our red and white game as training camp starts next week. So next Sunday, September 26th. Look for that at 12 p.m. An exciting week coming up.
Certainly is. A lot of hockey, and boy, we were without hockey for a while, and now all of a sudden we're right back into the middle of all the action, and it's great.
Right, and then hockey came back without fans, and that wasn't all that fun either. So
refreshing to see a packed center ice arena.
Standing room only crowd here tonight. 1-0 St. Louis Blues.
A lot of them dressed in red and white want to see their these Red Wings get it going.
We see some maize and blue sprinkled in there too, Art.
Ooh, quick wrist shot.
That's a given.
Hannes with a try from the left side, and Ellis came up with a save, and now the Blues will sweep it down into the Detroit zone. St. Louis is changing on the go. Brubacher out to center ice, and Landowski backhands it from neutral zone in behind the goal. 11:35 to go in the opening period, a 1-0 lead for St. Louis. Pass out to center. Raymond read it, broke it up, charges quickly over the line with Berggren. Raymond sends it across. A one-time shot by Veleno, and Ellis got a piece of it. From the line, McIsaac with a shot. That's off the stick of Washkurik. It deflects into the corner. Raymond and Veleno with a big hit and allows the Red Wings to score. Lucas Raymond picked the corner and ties the game at 1.
That is why Lucas Raymond was drafted 4th overall by the Red Wings. What a great play. What a shot. His last 2 shifts, he's been on fire. He's controlled the play on the ice. That was just a wonderful goal, and he got the puck. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and his release and his accuracy and the way he got it off was just it was astounding to see.
And Art and Daniella, let's not forget about how that started. It was a hit by Veleno in the corner that allowed the play to develop, and you need the hit. Without the hit, the goal doesn't come.
Right, and Joe Veleno, too, and I know we talked about this last year when he played those 5 games for the Red Wings at the end of the season. Joe Veleno has been on some sort of workout regime because he is definitely a very large young man right now and all muscle, and it paid off on that play.
We're going to need him to give us some tips and tricks, right? Whatever workout plan he's on.
Yeah, well, I definitely need it. So
the Red Wings get on the board on the goal by Lucas Raymond. That's his 2nd goal of the Prospect Tournament. Butler out there for Detroit. He lines up against Neighbors of St. Louis.
What a shot, though, and this release so quick and accurate. I mean, that was impressive.
It was a tough angle to score from, too. Put it right where he needed it.
So the Blues out at center ice.
I think both goaltenders, the goals that they've given up, I'm sure that they're stunned that they gave those up. They didn't think that. They probably thought they had most of the net covered.
Curry with a slap shot, left circle off the side of the cage. Perunovich back the other way for St. Louis. Pass out to center ice. Janelle gave his man Zito a rough ride out at center ice with a body check. Puck ends up, and that was a big hit by the Red Wings right there in the corner. Curry with the hit on the Blues player. Curry is bowled over again. Boy, they're really playing the body right now along the boards. Ward comes away with a puck. McCallum gives Curry a little shot. And Curry is making his way into the bench. He's got a knee problem, it looks like.
And McCullen just gave it another one for good measure. That is not going to go over well.
No, he got Zito in there, and he is yapping.
Now, that was a bit of a cheap shot.
Bruce.
Now Veleno, too.
Yeah, fans didn't like that one either.
I don't know if I would want to mess with Joe Veleno. I mean, he's a really, really nice, decent young fellow, but I could see him getting mad and just tearing something up.
In football, I think they'd call that targeting because Curry was down, and then one of the Blues came in there and just, while he was on his knees, just really bowled him over.
He was hit, and he was down, and he was grabbing right around his knee, as you said, Ken, and it came down and hit him. I mean, just as he was down. So that was not a good play. That was definitely a little bit cheap.
Well, the Red Wings are on the power play right now as Veleno will go in for the draw. He's got Pearson on the right side and Berggren on the left. Raymond's playing a point position on the right along with McIsaac, who's on the left point.
Oh, man.
I like this power play line.
Look at Veleno and Tucker now are yapping and shoving at each other. And this all started from the face-off, so things getting a little bit nasty here tonight.
It was pretty apparent that St. Louis was going to come out and try to take the game physically to the Red Wings. We saw that. The Red Wings, because of their skill and their speed, were able to withstand that. Now, I think once Lucas Raymond ignited it, and Veleno's not going to back down. He is not going to back down. He's played very, very well in this prospects tournament since he's been up here. So, he's one of the older Red Wings and, showing a nice leadership there.
Joshua wins the face-off, and now the Blues. Aronovich carries into the Red Wing zone. Game tied 1-1. Veleno steals. Now the Wings come back. Odd man rush, 4-on-2 over the blue line. Here's Veleno over the line, pass left side. Perunovich comes back, and now the puck is loose right out in front after the St. Louis player ran into his own goaltender, and now the goaltender Ellis picks up his stick. Blues cleared it down the ice. Wings could not convert on that 4-on-2 opportunity. Here comes Veleno back in across the St. Louis line in the corner. Veleno hands it off to Pearson. Wings still with a man advantage. They get set up now in the St. Louis zone, trying to take the lead halfway through the first.
Look at Raymond, but just...
Now Raymond, tried to get the feed from Berggren. It bounced over his stick blade and down the ice.
I don't want to sound like I'm overstating and getting overly excited, but the Raymond moves on the ice. It's like Brett Hall. He kind of just shifts and finds a spot, and if you can get him the puck, he's ready to shoot.
We had the over-under on Kosa for Art, but we might need to switch that to Raymond.
Here's Neighbors short-handed, tried to cut inside. Tuteev had a beat on him, and now it comes out to center ice. Tucker controls. Blues short-handed for 47 seconds. Game tied 1-1, 8:50 to play in the first. Blues play it out to center. Cotton handles it. Backpedals his way up over the Detroit blue line, and the Red Wings now will get that second unit on the power play out there.
Cotton, always an offensive defenseman who can definitely quarterback a power play.
Blues fail to clear the zone. It's held in at the blue line by Detroit Zito. Into the corner, Butler. Now Tuteev played it to the line. Cotton broke his stick. He doesn't have a stick, and here's Washkurik making his way in on goal. Sends it out in front, a chance. And that one, Kosa, I believe, got a piece of it as Neighbors tried to fire it home shorthanded. 4 seconds left in the Red Wing man advantage. Can the Wings catch the Blues on a change? Here's Sabrango over the line, fakes the shot, cuts in, shoots the puck off the side of the goal. Penalty is over. St. Louis is at full strength. Game tied 1-1, puck deep in the St. Louis end. Now it's picked up by McCallum. Turns back deeper into the corner. And behind the goal, scooping it up there, that is Galloway. Tyson Galloway out to center to Alexandrov. Alexandrov to the Red Wing line. Sabrango busted it up, quickly plays it ahead. Wings come back. Hannes over the line out to T-Bone Codd. He tried to get the shot away. Good defensive play by Tyson Galloway to lift his stick. Now a shot from the top of the left circle by Sabrango, and Ellis with the save.
Ellis saw it all the way, but Donovan Sabrango, he was a Kitchener Ranger. The OHL didn't play last year, so he had he signed a PTO, a professional tryout contract with Grand Rapids, knowing that if the OHL came back, he would go back to Kitchener. Never did. I think he adapted so well to Grand Rapids. I'm not sure Ben Simon wanted him to go back to Kitchener if the season would have stayed, and the Red Wings signed a 3-year deal. Sabrango, a real pleasant surprise for Detroit.
He was the 4th youngest.
Oh, here we go. We got a fight out at center ice. Sorry, Daniella.
Man, no, that's okay.
That's Braden Guy and Sabrango. Close quarters.
He likes to mix it up.
Sabrango trying to get a right hand in. Guy getting a couple of rights to the side of the head of Sabrango, punching away. He's getting the better of the uppercuts right now. Another shot. Sabrango is hanging on, trying to get his arm free. They're in close quarters. Sabrango gets the right arm free, but now Guy comes up with an uppercut, and they tangle out at center ice. Both go down on their knees, and you kind of figured this was going to happen because of all the physical play so far in the first period.
All that talk about Donovan Sabrango, he was ready to go on that one.
Right. Well, he likes the physical play too. I mean, enough is enough. When you saw that play over there where a guy is down and then grabbing his knee, and you go up there and cheap shot him when he's down on the ice, the Red Wings were going to try to answer that.
I'll tell you what, Braden Guy got a couple of good punches in on Sabrango right there.
Yeah, he looked like he knew what to do when the gloves were dropped.
Well, fighting majors to Sabrango and Guy, and the Red Wings and the Blues playing at even strength. They will cool off for 5 minutes in the box. Game tied 1-1. Janelle opened the scoring for St. Louis. Lucas Raymond tying it up for Detroit. Oh, there's a little bit of a trip right there by Washkurik, and now he shoots the puck and scores. He may have gotten away with one. He got the loose puck, fired it low to the ice, beating Kosa. And St. Louis out in front 2-1.
Yeah, I think Kosa was expecting a much harder shot, maybe something up in the air a little bit, and it just beat him along the ice. And he looked up.
Definitely wants it back.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yep.
That was not a good goal.
Well,
but he was caught off guard, too.
There was a little bit of a trip on the play, too, as that allowed Washkurik to pick up the loose puck, but not called, and it's a 2-1 lead for St. Louis, and Lucas Raymond right back across the line. Just inside 7 minutes to go in the opening period. Jonathan Berggren, look out, he's chased down there by McGing. Picks it up in the Red Wing zone, turns away from Cotton and behind the net, tried to center it to Joshua out in front, ends up into the corner. Digging hard, Cotton, Raymond, and McIsaac comes away with a puck behind the Wings net. Steers it out to center ice. Parrott plays it ahead. Joshua backhands it. Raymond stepped in front of him. That allows McIsaac to play it ahead to Joe Valeno. Now to Alex Cotton, rink-wide feed off a stick out to the St. Louis line. Berggren in pursuit, but the Blues will pick it off, and it's tapped by Tyler Tucker down the ice. Icing is called against St. Louis. Lots of intensity, Daniella, here in the first.
It has been very intense, and as I mentioned earlier, every game that we've watched in this prospect tournament has been pretty intense, very high tempo. But you got to remember, all these players have something to prove, right? They want to make their mark in their respective organizations.
Yeah, the Blues are a big physical hockey team in the NHL, and obviously their prospects are trying to mirror that. And as we said earlier, they've developed. They want to come out and they want to take the play to Detroit, and they want to take the body. But I think the Red Wings are withstanding that pretty well at this point. And you got to give Sabrango full marks for fighting.
Hannes Tutayev out there for Detroit, and taking the face-off for the Red Wings, Chase Pearson. He's covered, but manages to get it back. Landowski's shot wide of the St. Louis goal. Rebound comes back to the left point. Ward holds it in, chipped it down low to Tutayev. Tutayev centers it, and it's broken up, and out to center ice. Scooping it up is LaFerriere. Hannes will pick it up for Detroit. Dropping it back to the trailer, that is Plandowski. Oscar Plandowski out to the red line at center. Fires the puck into the corner. Ellis out of his net, sweeps it around the end boards. Wings hold it in, shot taken, knocked away by Ellis. Pearson after it in behind the goal with Parrott. Hannes dug it loose, got it back on the line of Cotton. He fired a shot, it's blocked by Neighbors, who comes back quickly over the Red Wing line, and Cotton with a nice diving play to knock that puck away. Blues hold it in from the line, a shot redirected in front, intercepted. Pearson tapping it ahead to Hannes, quickly out to center ice, and Tutayev will lift it high into the air, and that allows the Red Wings to change as the Blues pick it up in their own zone. 2-1 lead for St. Louis in the opening period. Tucker will pick it up inside his own end for St. Louis. Now a feed out to center. Janelle, who opened the scoring, dumps it into the Detroit end. McIsaac chased down. It's stolen. In deep is Tucker. Moved it back towards the blue line. Galloway handles it. He fired a shot, and that one deflected off of Butler and into a girder high atop the center ice arena.
Gentlemen, we mentioned that just over a week away from the red and white game of training camp, which means preseason is coming up very quickly at Little Caesars Arena starting September 30th. Wings will take on the Buffalo Sabres, and of course we've got other matchups against the Blue Jackets and Penguins. You can get your tickets right now at DetroitRedWings.com.
Yeah, we want to see you there. Yeah, we want to see you there. Lots of good teams on that preseason slate.
A lot of competition for roster spots too, so Red Wings will be playing some people that are going to be trying to make the club.
Blues flip it in, and Kosa just hangs on to the puck. Quick whistle.
And you'll get to see Moritz Seider, too, who is not playing in the Prospects tournament. We're really excited to see what he does at training camp, and you can watch him during the preseason.
Like I said, a lot of good teams. Pittsburgh's coming in, Chicago, Buffalo. And then, of course, the Red Wings open up the season against the Tampa Bay Lightning. If you don't have your tickets, make sure you go and get them right now, because it's going to be one heck of a hockey game. The defending Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning, 2 years in a row.
Yep.
Be good to see them perform at Little Caesars Arena, and the Red Wings played them tough all last year.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I mean, I'm not going to chalk it up in the win column right away, but
I wouldn't either, Art.
The Red Wings are going to show up and give them a game.
Actually, the Lightning play one game before they play that opener. That's the Red Wings opener. So they'll have one game under their belt as Plandowski makes his way into the St. Louis zone around Perunovich. Backhands it around the wing. And St. Louis brings it back out to center. McGing slides it up over the Red Wing line. 4 minutes to go in the opening period. St. Louis leading 2-1. Centering attempt right out in front of Kosa, broken up by the Wings defense. Tutayev speeds over the blue line, makes his way in on Perunovich. Perunovich with a nifty move to get it ahead to his teammate. McGing lifts it ahead. Isaac knocked his man down, forces it deep in the blue zone, and St. Louis clears it out to center. Alex Cotton will handle it. Now to Joe Veleno. Veleno steers it ahead to Lucas Raymond. He's the lone Red Wing goal scorer in the hockey game. Ellison behind the St. Louis goal, lifts it up the left side to Neighbors. Out to center ice, Wash Kurik. He had the last goal for St. Louis to give him the lead. Dumping it in, and the play whistled down, and we've got a penalty call coming up to Detroit right here. Washkurik was dumped along the far boards.
Alex Cotton going to the box, it looks like.
Washkurik, he brings a lot of energy. He's not a very big player, but he's 5'10", 190 pounds, but he's pretty creative in the offensive zone. We saw him score the goal to give him the lead, but he's a pretty good hockey player.
Oh, man.
Lucas
What
Raymond,
are you listening to now, Art?
Lucas Raymond giving it to the referee, still talking about that trip that led to the second goal, and asking him, how can you call that when you didn't call this?
Well, we'll get a look at the Red Wings penalty kill.
Chase Pearson in for the face-off against Alexandrov of St. Louis. Blues win the draw. Perunovich, keep an eye on him. He's pretty nifty back there as far as keeping the puck in at the blue line. Not a bad player. He's got it. Perunovich over to the middle of the blue line. Slides it left circle. McGing with a shot. He scores into the upper right-hand corner. Quick power play goal. St. Louis now leads 3-1.
It's a great shot.
It was a great shot. People in front of Kosa. I think he saw it, though. Maybe he didn't. Kosa, though, obviously I think he's a little down on himself right now, probably thinking all three goals should not have gone in. Second one, definitely, but that one with traffic in front.
Pick the corner.
Yep, he did pick the corner. I mean, it was a nice shot.
Well, McGing, a 2018 fifth-round pick, gets the quick power play goal. 2-goal lead for St. Louis. 3 minutes to go in the first period. Dickinson in the corner for the Blues. It's intercepted by Pasquale Zito of Detroit. Moved it in behind the net. Steered up the boards. Washkurik finds an opening deeper into his own zone. Turns away from Walker. Now brings it out to center ice. Quickly carries into the Red Wing zone. Hit by T-Bone Codd as he worked the puck behind the goal. Kosa swept it around the boards. Codd hangs onto the puck. Now lifts it ahead. Quick feed to Zito, trying to turn the corner on Galloway. Galloway knocked off balance. Zito into the corners check. And Dickinson retrieves the puck, swings it up the right side and out to center ice. Ferrier lost it to Veleno. Now to Lucas Raymond to Veleno, but he's covered right out in front of the St. Louis goal. Out to center ice. Raymond taps it to Butler, who plays it deeper into his own zone to Cotton. Now to McIsaac, up the left side. Red Wing player Raymond dumped out at center ice. And he's looking over his shoulder, and the Blues are getting a penalty right here.
He cross-checked him.
Looks like he got
high in the stick, too.
In the lip a little bit there, Lucas Raymond.
I know that I was going to fixate on Costa, but I'm telling you right now, watching Lucas Raymond play, and the last time I saw him was in the Summer Showcase a few seasons ago out in Plymouth. He is impressive. He anticipates well.
Sounds like Andrew Parrott in the box for St. Louis. So the Red Wings will get another power play opportunity with just under 2 minutes remaining in the first period.
This is a big power play for Detroit because you're down by 2. If you get one right here, you're back into this game. Raymond has it. And it looked like he was ready to pull the trigger. Instead, it was intercepted and cleared down the ice by Tropchenko.
You know, the last power play, the Red Wings...
Now Kosa got caught behind the net, and he lost his goal stick in the process. Now with a little help, he's got it, and McIsaac will settle it down in behind his own goal.
I think Kosa needs to get to the intermission here and calm down a little bit.
Definitely. It looks like the Red Wings power play, too, they haven't really had the opportunity to set up. We saw them in the first game look pretty impressive when they did calm down.
Puck shot back into the corner in that Detroit zone, and now Tutayev in the corner will pick it up and move in behind his own net and hand it off to Veleno. Joe Veleno winding it up, carries the puck through center ice, flips it over on the right side for T-Bone Codd, who drops it back. Cotton slides it over left side. Now across, here's Codd firing it across, looking for Veleno, who's dumped off the side of the goal. Back on the line, Cotton throws it across, down low behind the goal after Butler in the corner, winged it to the left point. Cotton holds it in. Wings get it set up, looking for the best opportunity. Codd plays it to the line, broken up. Now a foot race, look out. McGinn coming in, all alone in pursuit. Cotton, he shoots the puck in Kosa with a big save for Detroit. Kosa does not know where the puck is. He is on his knees, but that's a big save for Detroit.
Well, there you go. He kept that one out. Hopefully it's a little bit of a confidence booster for him, Art.
I agree with that. I mean, that was that could have really, make it 4-1 here with the waning seconds of this game. But St. Louis is really, really starting to exert themselves a little bit.
Well, we saw McGinn on a power play, scored the power play goal to give St. Louis a 2-goal lead, and he's out there in the penalty killing role as well. Pretty versatile player. McIsaac out to center ice, now flips it over the blue line. Landowski, now to McIsaac. McIsaac into the high slot, pulls the trigger, off a stick, wide of the goal. Raymond scooping it up for Detroit, quick pivot, throws it down low into the corner. Red Wings looking to score, 8 seconds to go, they got to hurry. Raymond tries to make his way to the side of the goal. Toporowski looking for a feed. Raymond now has got to hurry, and there goes the buzzer, and the period comes to a close, and St. Louis with a 3-1 lead over Detroit.
All right, so the story of the period for the Red Wings, obviously Sebastian Cossa making his debut, a few shots that he would probably want back in that one. But Lucas Raymond, you said you were impressed with him in the first period that you've seen him live since the Summer Showcase. He has the lone goal for the Red Wings, and he's looked impressive all game long.
Well, I'll tell you how impressive he's been. I mean, the power play that the Red Wings still have 2 seconds to go to start the second period. Lucas Raymond played the entire power play.
That he did.
And that, and that goes to show you his anticipation. He knows what to do with the puck. It's kind of, he's one step ahead. He thinks the game, and he knows where he knows what and he can shoot quick. He's accurate. So I really think that when you really look at it, I think that Lucas Raymond has really, really been impressive in this game, even though it's 3-1 game. But he really seems to control the play and the pace when he's out on the ice.
Ken, the Red Wings have not faced a 2-goal deficit yet in this tournament. What do you think they're going to do? What are they going to adjust for the second period?
Well, that was a big power play for the Red Wings there late in the period, and you want to get one back right there and make it a 1-goal hockey game. But, again, they just got to go out there, play their same style of play, and, they haven't played bad here in this first period. They were, in the hockey game. I think there were a couple of goals that Sebastian Cossa would like to have back. But other than that, it's been a well-played game so far by both of these two teams. But we just have to go out there and just do what they have to do and try to get some goals. And they have been able to score so far in this tournament.
And I do think Sebastian Cossa comes back for that second period, but I have to pose that question. You don't think we see Jan Bednash in the second? You think Cossa comes out and tries to rebound?
No, I mean, I don't know what the goaltending situation is. Bratstrom played. Cossa tonight, tomorrow night's game, you would think that Bednash would get the start in that, maybe Bratstrom. So, if that's the case, unless they just think Cossa needs a little bit of a break, if his confidence is going to be shaken. But as I said earlier, he's a very, very confident young man. I don't see that happening. I really think what the Red Wings have to do, just get back, play your own game, as Ken said. You're a very high-skilled team. There's a lot of firepower on the ice for us. And don't get caught up in what the Blues want to do, which is to slow the game down and play physical and get you caught more thinking about extracurricular activities than to putting the puck in the net. And I'm sure that's what Ben Simon's talking about.
And Jared McIsaac had a solid first period on the blue line. The Red Wings production team put together a great feature on him. So check out Up Close featuring Jared McIsaac.
Well, that's one thing that adversity does to you, right? It either breaks you or just makes you insanely strong, and I think that, that's one thing we touched on with Jared this whole time is like, as hard as this is right now, this is going to make you a better player. You kind of got to embrace this at this point.
I grew up in Salmon River in Truro, so we had a little pond just behind our house. We lived, about I wouldn't even say a kilometer from the river to walk out our back deck, and there was a pond, 150 yards away. Minor hockey's huge back home and in the city here in Nova Scotia, so I was always around the rink, and I think after my first year at Bantam, I was able to jump up and play midget, and being pushed by all the older guys, I think that's when I really started to love the game and see how much competition there is there, and then playing for Hockey Canada my first year, it was like this is what I want to do.
From Halifax, defenseman Jared McIsaac.
Finally, fellas, there you go, big guy.
When they drafted him, everybody in the league, the scouts and everybody said he was a really good pick. Scouting report on him said that he's got a variety of shots. Like, he can slap the puck, he's good and close, he's got a good wrist shot, so he's not one of those guys where he's just going to slap the puck from the blue line and hope for a tip in or something like that. I mean, he can jump into the play.
On a high just from being drafted, a lot of confidence in my game at the time, and went to Traverse City, played pretty well and played well at the World Junior Showcase, and ended up, Kenny Holland ended up signing me shortly after that, and I went to, played in World Juniors, came back, felt great, and then, my shoulder started sliding, and it would sublux, so it would pop out, and partially pop out and pop back in, and
the labrum, it's actually a piece of fibrocartilage that's attached to the rim of the shoulder socket that helps keep the ball of the joint in place. And what happens is when the fibrocartilage is torn, the ball in the socket comes loose.
I just decided to play through it all year. The team and the therapist did, everything they could we were trying everything every other week to, keep it in, because at one point it was just sliding out every game, pop out and then pop back in and be fine for the rest of the game. But yeah, it was tough. I had the mindset, I guess, to, I'd be doing a disservice to, myself and my team if I didn't try to push through it. So, I could have had it done, but, I'm not one of those people to, kind of lay over. So, yeah, proud of that, really.
Someone that's been through labrum surgery before, like, it's probably one of the more difficult surgeries. You think of it similar to an ACL surgery where you're out 6 months. Like, I mean, best case scenario, it's 5 months.
It was tough, especially after having a really good year, even though I was hurt. And I remember flying down to Detroit, had the MRI, one day, had the surgery the next day, and come back. The goal was to be ready for World Juniors my 19-year-old years.
And in order to do that, we're like, man, there's a lot of work that needs to be put in here from your first labrum surgery to get you ready for that.
Shoulder surgeries, just like all surgeries, require time to heal. And when you get an injury, you just can't rush things. You just have to let Mother Nature kind of take its course and heal the injury. But it just seems to me that Jared McIsaac's injuries healed quicker than what people thought.
So to be able to win gold, but especially having to put the work that he did just to make the team, that really showed me a lot of the type of person that Jared is.
And, they said, I got a call from my agent, and they were bouncing it back and forth off Detroit, trying to find an option for me to go play. And this one came through with HPK in Finland. And, at the time, I was super excited, go play. You haven't played for 4 months.
He was excited to go over to Finland, went over there, did everything that we asked of him, and then first shift to go through it again.
Yeah, what are the odds of back-to-back shoulder surgeries? Back-to-back years. Puck came around the right side, and I was playing the right side, and I just pinched in. It was, if you've ever seen the video, it was a nothing play. I just happened to land awkwardly, with my arm kind of at a 90 here, so it looks harmless, but it wasn't. I was pretty devastated. I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty shook up about the whole thing. I called my mom, and she couldn't believe it. I couldn't even believe it when it happened, and I knew exactly what it was going through before. Sitting on the bench, that's what it was.
He was going through a lot, right? Like with the shoulder. So it was just every day was just so detailed on what are you doing now? How are you feeling? What do you need?
It was a tough month after surgery, or from that time leading up. The 2-week wait before I came home to find out what the MRI images were like, and then coming home, getting the surgery, and then here we go again.
I've got to really give that kid a lot of credit because he's done everything that we've asked for. And we've asked a lot of him, like a lot of early mornings, a lot of late days, and he's done nothing but put everything that he's got into getting better, but also to still develop.
Remember when Cronwall first came in? He broke his leg in a warm-up in Los Angeles. He hit a rut, snapped his leg in two. Then we were in Colorado, and he got checked along the boards, and the guy's skate came up and chopped off part of his nose. So he was always hurt, it seemed like, when he first came up, and then after that he was pretty healthy.
I was obviously really excited to start playing again. Not playing a game for almost, I think it was close, if not a full year, from when COVID hit. Then we stopped when I was in Moncton, and then to be able to play in Grand Rapids, I think it was pushing a year. But I was ecstatic. I couldn't wait to start playing.
When he came back last year and played, I thought his very first game was excellent. Played something almost like maybe 23 or 24 minutes that night, which made it, that's not easy coming back after essentially missing a full year and a half.
He's 21 years old. Usually you don't really start reaching your peak as a defenseman until you're a little bit older. You're maybe 23, 24 years old. You have to play to learn the game, and they can tell you how to play, and you can practice all you want, but when you get into game situations, that's how you're going to get better. And so he just needs to play now.
Mentally, it puts your mind at ease, feeling that, knowing that, now I have both shoulders done. So, there's really nothing to worry about as long as I keep them healthy, keep them strong, all that stuff, all that, putting the past 2 years, behind me.
Yeah, I think one thing with Mac is, he's a smart player. I think he's a guy that should be able to play in all situations and on both sides of the puck. He's a guy that's you're hoping that turns into a good 200-foot defender. So I think he's just a player that really you can count on to kind of play all situations, and those type of guys are valuable.
The sky's the limit for Jared McIsaac. It's how bad and how willing is he to go ahead and move along with his career. And if he continues to put the work in like he has been in the past, I think he's going to be a solid defenseman for the Red Wings for many years to come.
Not having a summer, past two summers to train, it's nice being able to be in the gym and do full body exercises, be able to skate and shoot. But a lot of work this summer, making sure my shoulders are healthy, my body's in a good spot coming in for camp, and that my game's in a good spot coming in for camp.
And we're back live from Center Ice Arena here in Traverse City, Michigan for the 2021 Prospects Tournament presented by Huntington Bank. Again, I'm Daniella Bruce alongside Art Regner, Ken Kal, and Carley Johnson joining us rinkside today. Ken, we heard your other profession in that video there. You were telling us all about Jared McIsaac's shoulder injury. You really do just hope for the best for him. We want to see him really prove himself throughout this Prospects Tournament and next week at training camp.
When you see the shoulder injury in hockey players, and I've covered a lot of hockey players during my career, even in college, and that is a very an injury that happens a lot. And usually what happens is if a player gets crushed in along the boards, that cartilage that holds in the ball just goes, and then usually a player has to go through surgery, and then they usually lose a year, and then they have to recover from that. But hopefully after a couple surgeries, I believe on both shoulders, hopefully Jared McIsaac is completely healthy now. And again, I thought over 4 periods of hockey that he's played so far in this tournament, I think he's played really well.
Well, the interesting thing about McIsaac, he's part of that 2018 draft class, and the Red Wings had 4 picks in the top 36 picks. They took Philip Zadina, then Joe Veleno, who fell to them at 30, Jonathan Berggren at 32 or 33 was the second pick in the second round, and then McIsaac at 36. All 4 of them were projected to go in the first round. And if Veleno didn't fall to them, Berggren would have actually been the 30th pick, a first-round pick. So the Red Wings were ecstatic with their first 4 picks in 2018, and we're starting to see that where, Veleno could be a Red Wing. Obviously, Zadina's a Red Wing, and Berggren could be a Red Wing, and who knows, maybe McIsaac. So that draft class, I can remember, it was in Dallas.
Hey, cameo from Eric, cameo from our engineer here. We got to give him a shout-out because
great job.
They've worked so hard to get us out on the air here at Center Ice Arena, so definitely giving him a shout-out. Back to the game, though. Blues lead at 3-1. We're about to start the second period. I wouldn't count the Red Wings out yet. Definitely a lot of hockey to play, and we saw some great things from them in their first game against the Dallas Stars. Jace Pearson was pretty incredible.
Yeah, he certainly was, and I think the next goal is going to be indicative of how this game is going to turn out. And if the Red Wings score the next goal, obviously they're right back into the game. If the Blues score, now you're down 3-zip or by 3 goals, and it's going to be more difficult to come back. So, those 2-goal leads, they always say, Art, they're the hardest to protect. So I would imagine the Red Wings will come out here and try to score quickly, get back into this hockey game.
Right, and if I'm St. Louis, from a St. Louis perspective, I'm taking shots and running every Red Wing I can because it was very, very effective, and that's exactly what they did from the opening face-off until the game, until the first period was over. And that's something. It's so common that always about Detroit, it's always hit them, rough them up. They're really a skilled team, puck possession, finesse, and all that. That's not really true. And if you look at it, I think though that St. Louis, and these are old-time rivals. Now, granted, these kids probably don't remember the rivalry, but they've always been pretty tough in physical contests. So I expect the Red Wings to calm down, to play within themselves, don't get caught up in the extracurricular activities, and go out here and make this a hockey game.
But I will say this, that the Red Wings in the offseason signed Luke Witkowski again. And some of these players are going to need to be protected, no doubt about it. If you get a guy like Raymond out there and Berggren, and you got guys taking runs and shots at some of these players, these highly skilled players, obviously there's going to have to be a price to pay for that. So I think looking ahead, I think the team needs to be a little tougher. Maybe get a couple of players that can help protect those players on the ice and give them a little more room.
I agree. I actually do agree with that, but. Mo Sider, in case you're listening, you're not one of those players. But you're right. I mean, Adam Ernie can take care of himself. I love to say, he's as wide as he is tall, and I mean, he's a big guy. He's a big body. But for the most part, Michael Rasmussen has shown, he's grown into his body, and he realizes I think he's bigger than 6'6", but okay, Michael, for your sake, I'm going to say 6'6", 240. I think he's more like 6'8", 250, but you can't move him. You can't move him, so you don't have to exactly be, all that physical and still be physical, I guess is what I'm saying, and he can definitely do that. So they're an intimidating presence, and I just think, and Ken's right. I mean, Lucas Raymond isn't the biggest guy here. But he's certainly maybe the most skilled and most talented guy here.
Well, Red Wings returning to the ice right now, and I can't help but look to Joe Veleno when the Red Wings are down 3-1 here. He is probably the oldest, one of the older players at this Prospects tournament, definitely a leader. He's been in this position before, and he has some NHL experience. So
scored a goal in the NHL.
Exactly. You'd imagine that he would be leading this team come the second period.
Well, Chase Pearson, he's one of the older players here in the Prospects tournament, too, as he's heading over to the Red Wing bench as we talk. But, he's a guy that you count on, too. But just going back to the toughness, I think like a guy like Giovanni Smith, who the Red Wings just signed.
There you go.
He has to know his role on this team, and his role is not only trying to produce offensively, bring it each and every night, but also he needs to be the guy that handles the muscle out there on the ice as well.
Right. Giovanni Smith just has to be a responsible defensive player, make good decisions with the puck, play a good two-way game. He does have offensive upside. He has scored goals in the NHL too, but you're absolutely right. I mean, Giovanni Smith is one of those players that could certainly help the Red Wings in the physical department.
You got Raymond, Tutayev, and Veleno to start the game for Detroit. So we're not seeing Berggren on this line as the Blues will pick it up. They have a 3-1 lead early in the second period. Blues up across the Red Wing line. They shoot it in. In after it there. That's Tropchenko. Worked it across. Tucker took a golf swing at it, but the Wings, Raymond, will flip it out to center ice.
Big period, too, I think, for Sebastian Cossa. Let's see how he rebounds after giving up 3 first-period goals.
Joshua after the puck in the corner. Checked by McIsaac. Guy will pick it up. He was involved in that fight with Sabrango. Shot the puck block, comes down to Perunovic, spins away from traffic, got it on goal, blocker saved by Cossa. Now it's shot from a sharp angle. Cossa made the save, and McIsaac roughing it up a little bit back and behind the goal there with Tyler Tucker of St. Louis.
Right back to it at the beginning of the second period, not even a minute in.
There's been a lot of stuff like this after the whistle here in the game tonight.
You can definitely see. Yeah, I mean, they're skating back. They're pushing each other and talking. And
Berggren's still not out there. You can't help but wonder if he was shaken up there in the first period.
Well, he took a hit behind the St. Louis net at that time and then skated back, and he was leaned over. He did return to the ice, but maybe in between periods he decided, precautionary, we'll try to get an update on him. Maybe he will play, but it doesn't look like it. You would think that he would be out on the ice by now.
Well, one of the problems we have here at center ice is we are located on the same side of the benches, and we overhang the benches, so we can't really count the players on the bench.
No, we can't even...
To see if he's still on the bench.
We can't even see the boards, we're...
Right on the doorstep, that was Chase Pearson trying to redirect one home, and he was knocked down in the process. Alexandrov didn't clear it out. Wings hold it in. Here's Butler in the left circle, moving in with a shot off the goalpost. Rebound comes back towards the line. Ward with a shot, knocked down right out in front. Oh, the Red Wings were close. They're getting their second goal of the game. Blues push it ahead, back into the Detroit zone and doing the job. Parrott right there. Now the Wings just missed. Now it's shot the length of the ice, and icing is called as Parrott will touch it in behind his own goal.
Well, that would have been huge. So close.
And from an unlikely scoring source, too, which would have, turned the team on a little bit, too, giving them a little bit of momentum.
They came out on fire, though. They're definitely not on their heels. They're ready to go.
That's a good point, Art, because what you want to do is you want to have balanced scoring.
Right.
Now, that game against Dallas, the top line really provided much of the offense for Detroit. But if you can balance that out, and not just only here in the Prospects tournament, but if you look at in the big club, too, if you can get balanced scoring from all four lines, it just helps your team out in the long run.
Well, we mentioned him earlier. Adam Ernie was a perfect example.
Yeah, hey, that line of Ernie, Glendening, and Helm, who are no longer Red Wings, but that line was pretty solid last season.
Red Wings shoot it in. The Blues will pick it up, stretch pass at center, and Wash Kurik will deflect the puck from the red line and behind the Red Wing net. Almost 2 minutes into the second period. Blues lead 3-1. Puck shot into the protective netting and behind Sebastian Cossa. 9 shots on goal for the Blues in this game, 6 for Detroit.
Yeah.
So we have a whistle. Face-off coming up. Circle to the right of Cossa. Big, tall netminder. Doesn't give you a lot to shoot at. Blues making a change right now as neighbors Alexandrov and McGing, their top line comes out. Zito taking the face-off for Detroit against Alexandrov. Alexandrov wins the draw. Tucker with a shot block. Held in by Perunovich, who lays it down low. McGing tried to shoot the puck. It flipped up on him. Comes to the line. Perunovich holds it in. Now it's intercepted. No, breakaway for Detroit. Here's Zito. He's got Toporowski trailing. Zito moves in, shoots, and a save made by Ellis. Toporowski was in deep, didn't get the rebound.
Well, we have now seen 2 quality scoring chances from the Red Wings. Again, you guys talk about balanced scoring. This isn't the top line right now, so it's good to see them generating on all cylinders.
Pasquale Zito, Windsor Spitfire, did not play hockey at all last year. Detroit drafted him in the 6th round. Very, very appreciative.
Now after the whistle, Loose shoving his man Toporowski in along the boards. Gave him a little shot after the whistle, and again the Blues with some extracurricular.
Griffin Loose, former Michigan Wolverine. That's not Michigan hockey there, Griffin.
Wolverines and Spartans pretty happy today, huh, Art?
Yes, Daniella dropped by my room to see what I was doing, and I was watching Michigan blow out Northern Illinois. She couldn't believe I still had the game on, but
he did let me flip to the Michigan State game for a little while, you guys.
And by the way, very impressive win by the Spartans today against Miami. I don't know what's going on in Miami, but they seem to lack some energy. And
well, hopefully our Red Wings can pull off the trifecta for us here tonight.
I hope so. That would be good.
Leno, Raymond, and now it's Walker on the right side for Detroit. So the Red Wings changing up a few players there on the right wing on that top line. Cotton backhands it. McIsaac didn't clear it out. Held in by the Blues. Oh, almost intercepting Walker, but now Loose after the whistle gives Veleno a little bit of a shot. And he's been doing that all night.
Right. At the end of every play, St. Louis is going to hit a Red Wing. I mean, let's be honest. That's exactly what they've been doing since the game started, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They want to throw Detroit's highly skilled and talented players off. And, once you start thinking about that kind of stuff, you take your focus maybe off what you should be focused on is winning the hockey game. It's easier said than done. I understand it, and especially if guys are taking shots at you each and every moment, but they can't get caught up in it.
I am getting a word from Carley Johnson, who is ringside, that she does not see Jonathan Berggren currently on the bench, so hopefully that is just precautionary.
Now that's, he's had some injuries. Last year he was healthy for the first time, and put up great numbers in the Swedish Hockey League, 7th overall in scoring. Hopefully it's just a precautionary move.
Puck along the boards. It ends up around into the far corner. Perunovich going after it. Veleno squeezed him off the play, moved it back into the high slot. Red Wings hold it in. Raymond, good play to get it to Veleno, and there's Raymond all over the ice making play after play. He's going to be a good one for Detroit. Puck in behind the goal. Perunovich will circle back. He likes to do that. Circle in behind the net now. Turn deeper into his own zone just to create a little more room, and now the Red Wings change on the go. Tutayev intercepts the puck, moves in left circle, feed pass in front for Pearson, and the pass just too far in front of him. Blues shoot at the length of the ice. Sabrango after it. Icing called against St. Louis.
I think at this point, if I'm Ben Simon, I would go up to Lucas Raymond and go, do you think you can play all 20 minutes of a period?
Have you ever tried?
Yeah. I'm just asking.
So we've got a face-off coming up. Circle to the left of Ellis, the St. Louis netminder. Pearson in for the face-off for Detroit. Tutayev is on the left side, and we've got on the right side for Detroit, we've got Cross Hannes. From the face-off, a penalty coming up. Red Wing player Tutayev was tripped up. He gives his man a shot after the whistle. But now the Red Wings will go on the power play. And again, this is an important power play for the Red Wings. You want to get back into this game.
Right, we'll see exactly now who's out on this power play too.
Yeah, this could be a huge turning point in the game.
Tyler Tucker, the defenseman for St. Louis, gets the gate, and the Red Wings will send out their power play unit. It consists of Tutayev, Pearson, Veleno, Raymond, and McIsaac. Toropchenko is in a penalty-killing role with Joshua, along with Luce and Parrott for St. Louis. 2-goal lead for the Blues. Let's see what can happen here. Raymond handles the puck, moves down into the circle, laid it back in the line. McIsaac's shot off of Ellis. Rebound Tutayev. Tutayev shoots it down low. Pearson with a feed. Moving in. Raymond with a wrist shot, and Ellis came up with a save. McIsaac handles the puck at the line, throws it to Raymond. Back to McIsaac to Raymond, right circle, pulls the trigger, fires it just wide of the goal.
I just love his shoot mentality, though.
Raymond again moves down into the right circle, feeds it to the blue line, but the pass was in between Tutayev and McIsaac, and that puck goes all the way back into the Red Wing end.
Art, you mentioned his shoot mentality. How often do we talk about that with the big club? Just having that shoot first. Philip Zadina comes to mind. We want him to shoot the puck.
Right.
He needs to look at Lucas Raymond a couple of times.
Yeah, I've told Zadina that I don't care if you're, period's over and you're walking to the locker room. Keep shooting.
So here is McIsaac. Will pick it up in behind his own goal. 3-1 lead. And now he'll bring it ahead and lift it out to center ice. Puck intercepted there by McGing. Then he had his pocket picked. Tutayev tried to roll it up across the line. Galloway will pick it off for the Blues, but fail to clear the zone. 44 seconds left in the Red Wing man advantage. Tutayev in behind the Red Wing goal, put on the brakes. Now he's checked it along the board, spins away from traffic, hands it off into the corner. Petronovich trying to go after the puck. McGing in there with a cross check. They battle after it in the corner. Again, a lot of body work there. Comes back to the line. Alex Cotton fakes, hands it off. Veleno with a shot, and Ellis comes up with a brilliant glove save. He reached back with that trapper and made the save for the Blues.
17 seconds remaining in this Red Wings power play. Hopefully get something quick off the faceoff.
Well, the Wings have had back-to-back power plays. They had one late in the second or first period, now early here in the second, but have not yet managed to put the puck in with the power play.
No, they have not had really good quality scoring chances either.
You know, Art, I'll say this. Lucas Raymond seems pretty comfortable there on that blue line at the point position. Like he can shoot the puck, and he makes some nice passes, too, from that slot area.
Well, he's a playmaker and a scorer. He can do both. And I think that's why, he was an impressive player. I mean, when the Red Wings drafted him, I can remember, the year before his draft year at the Summer Showcase in Plymouth, where Team USA, Team Canada, Team Finland, Team Sweden, it's like a precursor to the World Junior tournament. Lucas Raymond and Alexis Lafreniere were considered the top two players in that tournament and in the draft, and Lucas Raymond got hurt and fell down a little bit, but that might be to the Red Wings' advantage.
3-1, penalty is over, and the Blues are at full strength.
He is very impressive, Lucas Raymond, from what I've seen in this game. You can just tell.
Brubacher swings it across as Plandowski tapped it out to center ice. Zito dropping it back. Out to center ice now. It's backhanded by the defenseman Oscar Plandowski and behind the St. Louis net. Lifted up the left wing now out to center ice. Brandon Guy will flip it into the zone. Here's Washkurik with a shot off the left goal post. That shot actually beat Kosa, but off the iron. And it stays into that Detroit end. Finally, the Wings will chip it out to center ice. Washkurik backpedals his way. Hands it off now as it's lifted rink wide for Neighbors. Well, the Blues inches away from making it a 4-1 hockey game.
Really, that was, it's cliche, but it's true. A goaltender's best friend. That
Red
goal
Wings
post.
tap it up. Toporowski trying to beat Larkin wide. Cuts inside on the defender. Into the St. Louis end. Now to Chase Pearson. Circles the net. Backhands it. And Ellis with the save. That was a sneaky backhand by Pearson. He went from his forehand to his backhand and tried to sneak one in.
Colton Ellis has been huge for the Blues, especially in the second period.
He's made some nice saves. He stopped a breakaway earlier in the period for Detroit. Sabrango tapped it up the left wing boards. Joe Valeno out there. Chased down deeper to his own zone. Circles away from traffic. Brings it quickly out to center ice. Stick handles over the line. Tried to go coast to coast. Sandwiched as he tried to cut in between defenders in that St. Louis end. Out to center ice. It's picked up by Sabrango. Neighbor knocked it down, and now it's lifted ahead. Raymond with a move to get by his man. Tries to cut inside. He's knocked to the ice, and the Blues are able to clear it down the ice. Raymond getting punched from
taking
behind.
a shot.
Wow.
54 there. That's a cheap shot, too, but...
And the crowd doesn't like it. That was Joshua who gave him a little shot after he was down.
I'm all for physical hockey and good, tough play and fighting and all that stuff, but...
Yeah, it's taking a little bit of liberties right there.
Yeah, that's not right.
And you don't want to see a player get hurt in the prospects tournament, right? That's the last thing you want.
Exactly.
11:13 to go second period. Neither team has managed to score in this middle frame. 3-1 lead for the Blues. Long lead pass. McGing drops it back. Here's a shot, and the save was made by Kosa, and that shot was taken by the forward Alexei Toropchenko.
St. Louis losing in overtime in their last game to Toronto, but they went down 3 goals. Toronto was leading 3-0 at one point, and St. Louis came back. I think that might speak to the toughness of this team, the grit that they do have. It's the way they play.
Yeah, but if you're a Toronto fan, it says, it makes me worried about the Leafs.
No, it was 3 years ago the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup.
Right.
First time since they came in the National Hockey League in 1967 as part of the original expansion.
And they were a big heavy, and they're a big heavy club too. And that was, the type of team that St. Louis had built. You thought maybe those days have passed those kind of teams by, but certainly they haven't.
Shot from the line, glove save. Galloway tried to score from long range. Kosa made the save. And the thing about the Blues that year, what I remember when they won the Cup, is at the halfway point of the season, they were in last place.
Right.
And moved their way up the ladder, had a great playoff run, and won the Stanley Cup.
What was the song, Gloria? That was their song on their playoff run.
By Laura Branigan.
That will remain in my head forever, I think.
And one time I had to make a confession that, what song do you absolutely love? And I said Gloria. And I can't believe I've admitted it, but it's catchy. I know Robbie Fabry doesn't want to hear it much anymore.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, you would have been popular in St. Louis a couple years ago.
Yeah, I would have.
10:19 to go, second period. McIsaac after it and behind his own goal. Ripped it off the glass, out to center ice, and loose. Coming back, picks it up in the St. Louis end. Hands it off to Parrott, out to center ice. Now over the line is Dickinson. Left circle feed, Washkurik with a shot, and that one's off the blocker of Kosa. Into the corner, dug loose. Back on the line, a shot blocked. Good play there by Butler of Detroit to get his body in front of it. McIsaac with a hit on Washkurik off to the side and along the end boards. LaFerriere now into the corner. McIsaac battling with Washkurik. It's sent out in front. Shot taken right out in front by Dickinson. Beautiful save there by Kosa, and a penalty coming up to Detroit for hooking. So the Red Wing penalty box door swings open. Alex Cotton is the guilty party. And the Blues, they have a power play goal tonight. And that goal by McGing that made it 3-1. They're on the power play.
And they scored it quickly, too.
Landowski, Sabrango, Pearson, and Toporowski are the penalty killers for Detroit.
Chase Pearson, I would assume, besides Lucas Raymond, has to be leading the Red Wings in ice time for forwards.
And again, we haven't seen Curry or Berggren in the second period, as both players, I don't believe, are on that Red Wing bench right now.
No, we wish them the best, and hopefully precautions are being taken.
Wings dump it the length of the ice after it was loose right out in front of Kosa. And Ellis will pick it up in behind the St. Louis goal and hand it back. Perunovich, head up, captain of the Blues in this prospects tournament. Sticks over the Detroit blue line, skates, drops it back to Dickinson. Now swings it over on the left side, picking it up there. The Blues play it to the line. Perunovich now to the right circle. Perunovich got the feed, moves it across, left side shot, saved by Kosa, falls backwards in goal, and retrieving the puck, Tucker. Got it back to Perunovich, now to the right circle. Dickinson with a shot, blocked by Sabrango, rebound in the right corner, Neighbors. Neighbors for the Blues, setting it up in the right corner, dumped it around the end boards. That's Alexandrov into the corner now for Neighbors. Puck bounces back to the line. Perunovich gets away with a nifty move, cuts out in front, sends it over to the right circle. Good play by Sabrango to get a stick on it and then clear the zone himself.
You're right, though, Ken. That Perunovich has some good puck skills, too.
Well, he is really sharp. He can turn and get away from defenders, quick pivots. Now the Red Wings dump it down the ice. 35 seconds to go in the St. Louis man advantage. 8:10 to play. Second period, 3-1 St. Louis. McIsaac at his own blue line. Knocked to the ice by LaFerriere. Red Wings pick it off, fire it down the ice again. 20 seconds remain in the Blues power play. St. Louis trying to get it out. Veleno knocked it down with a stick. Now Tucker will pick it up along the near boards and carry it out to center ice. Ferriere got it over to the left side. Washkurik dumped it around the side, and now it's popped up into the air. Raymond on the ice. It was knocked down with a high stick. If the Blues touch it, they finally do. And the penalty is over. Red Wings are at full strength, and the faceoff coming up out at center ice. And the Blues lead 3-1 with 7:34 to play on this Saturday night at Center Ice Arena in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan.
Nice penalty kill by the Red Wings.
Strong penalty kill. They look tough.
Time now to get that second goal on the board.
Well, the Wings have had their chances, and Colton Ellis has made some saves.
He has.
Stopped the Red Wing on a breakaway. The Wings have had a couple of good chances. Raymond, Veleno. Again, hockey's a patient game. You've got to take your opportunities when they come, as Zito had his pocket picked inside his own zone by Joshua. Throws it into the corner, feet in front. Hugh McGing, and he just couldn't corral the puck. Tutayev deflects it into the St. Louis end. Ellis out of his net, clears it away. And again, we have another Red Wing. This time it's Pasquale Zito, who is getting up rather slowly inside the Detroit end.
I did not see what happened, but he's talking to the St. Louis bench. He is calling out the Blue to come out onto the ice.
Joshua taking the penalty for St. Louis.
As we mentioned, it's been a very physical hockey game here tonight. But again, it's another power play chance for Detroit. And you would hope sooner or later that that puck's going to go in. Veleno out there now to take the faceoff for Detroit in the St. Louis zone. Pearson's on the right side. Raymond's out there on the point with McIsaac, and the man who scored 2 goals in the first game against Dallas, Tutayev, is on the left side.
Well, this is Detroit's top power play unit for sure. They need to generate...
Red Wings bench doesn't like that call.
Puck dropped unfairly. They'll do it again after the Wings had possession.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
All right, Joe Veleno in for the face-off for the Red Wings. Bent over at the waist against Washkurik. Tell how cold it is in this arena because Veleno's breathing pretty heavily. You can see the smoke coming out of his mouth, and Washkurik as well. They got to put another second on the clock up there. They had 1 second tick off, so they got to fix the penalty clock here at 7:05 to play in the second period. A 3-1 lead for Detroit.
Again, it's Chase Pearson, Joe Veleno, Kirill Tutayev out there.
The other way to fix this, though, is to just wait, drop the puck, wait a second, and then start the clock. That's the easiest way to get going here.
Well, they don't have a Spartan Bob up here, obviously. So,
They need Ken Kal on the clock, too. He's calling the game and operating the clock.
All you got to do is you drop the puck, you count one banana, and then you start the clock. That's the easiest way to do it.
One banana. I used to do the Mississippis. One Mississippi.
There you go. Whatever works. Yeah. There we go. Now we got the 2 minutes on the clock.
There we go. Could be a big second. You never know.
Raymond's the only goal scorer for the Red Wings in this hockey game. Janelle, Washkurik, and McGing connecting for St. Louis.
Raymond with a goal in both games now.
All right, Red Wings, Tutayev along the outside rim of the left circle. Throws it down low. Pearson to Tutayev. To the line to McIsaac. Floats it left side. Tutayev moves in, shoots. The puck just missed the upper corner of the goal. He's getting opportunities as they set it up now. Raymond to the line to McIsaac. To Raymond, right circle. To Tutayev, and the pass was in behind him. He had the opening if he gets control of that puck. Tutayev stick handles, throws it down low to Pearson, charges in behind the St. Louis goal, now to Raymond, doesn't shoot, pulls it back, sends it to the line. McIsaac shot blocked, rebound, Tutayev, left wing boards, checked by Washkurik, Veleno, squeezed it down low to Pearson, out of Tutayev, outside rim of the left circle. Stick handling back and forth, takes a look up, goes deeper into the corner, throws it back to McIsaac, now to Raymond, top of the right circle to the line. McIsaac shot wide of the goal, that was a wrister by Jarrett. Wings hold it in. Good pressure by Detroit, trying to make this a one-goal game. Pearson shovels it out in front. Got a chance, and Ellis the save. Rebound Tutayev, all Detroit. Back towards the line, and that one split the defenseman Raymond and McIsaac. Down the ice it goes. 40 seconds to go on the Red Wing man advantage.
You talk about Lucas Raymond being both a scorer and a setup man. What a pass to Chase Pearson.
Oh, he can do it all. He's a very, very good hockey player.
And Raymond's out there again for the full 2 minutes.
Yeah, why not?
Boy, a Red Wing player upended there. That was Cross Hannes. The puck comes out to center ice. And Alex Cotton to pick it up. Tropchenko steals, tried to center it. Blue short-handed for 13 seconds. Let's see if the Wings can catch him here. On the transition, Hannes stops just inside the St. Louis blue line. Got it now in the high slot to Zito. Back to Cross Hannes, moves in, left circle. Down low it goes. Zito gets the return feed. Penalty is over. Look out, Cotton from behind. Almost, he was knocked down, tripped. Play continues. Hannes with a centering attempt, broken up. And the Blues will pick it up. Zito interfered with his man Joshua, and that allows the Red Wings to pick it off. Hannes turns away from a check of loose to play it deeper into the corner. So the Red Wings controlled a lot of that power play, Daniella, but just could not get the goal to make it a one-goal game.
Couple of quality scoring chances, but most of their scoring chances in this game have come on even strength.
Even strength and on breakaways, too. And, they did everything but put the puck in the net on that power play.
There's Sabrango bringing it up the left side, stumbles a little bit, but manages to cross the line and shoot it in on goal. Ellis swept it away. Now the Blues come out to center ice with it. That is McCallum dropping it back. Loose to play it in behind the goal. McCallum overskated the puck. Ferrier in the corner, dug it loose, got it around the boards. Toporowski chipped it back down low. LaFerriere circles the Red Wing goal. Turns to his forehand. Ridden in along the boards by Sabrango, now scooped up by Detroit. As it's lifted ahead out to center ice by the Wings Ward. Now over the line, here's Walker moving in with a shot. Oh, and he's played it over the crossbar. He knew what he wanted to do. Now a long stretch pass to the Red Wing line. Neighbors in over the line, tries to cut inside, but getting a beat on him as a Red Wing defender. Now Neighbors got the shot away, and Kosa made the save and goal for Detroit.
Kosa looks much sharper in this second period.
He does, and Lucas Raymond is still on the ice.
He took a break, Art.
Very briefly.
Now here's Tutayev. He's got an opening if he gets the pass. Oh, and it was knocked down by Tucker. And Tucker got the elbow up a little bit on Plandowski right there.
Nice defensive play.
Boy, Tutayev, if he gets that pass from Plandowski, he's in cold on Ellis on a breakaway.
Well, that would have had everyone in the crowd to their feet.
Out to center ice. Dickinson laid it up across the line. Broken up. Joe Veleno comes back 3-on-2 over the St. Louis blue line. Pushed it over to Tutayev. Tutayev rolls it around the dasher. Bounce came right out in front of the goal. Veleno will pick it up for Detroit. Just couldn't corral the puck. Now he skates into the left face-off circle with some speed. Brings it across to the right wing side, away from Dickinson. Moves in with a shot. Ellis the save, and he covers up. Rebound. Blues will just clear the zone. Good individual effort by Veleno right there.
Joe Veleno, confidence. Looks good.
Kind of learned that from Dylan Larkin, it looked like.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was 90 or 71 out there.
I'll never forget Dylan Larkin a couple seasons ago against Ottawa. Took it on a power play right up the middle, threw everybody on by himself.
The goal I remember.
And he scored, right?
Oh, he scored.
Yeah, I remember asking about that.
The goal I remember was Gustav Nyquist in Ottawa, where he circled the ice like 3 or 4 times, and then finally scored the winning goal in overtime.
By far, that was the goal of the year, remember? I mean, for everybody. I mean, that was the number 1 goal in the NHL that season.
Puck is in the St. Louis end. 3-1 lead for the Blues over the Red Wings. Wings have applied some pressure in the Blues end at the moment. Dickinson turns up ice, moves it out to the Red Wing blue line. He's knocked down. The puck comes back into the Detroit zone. Stretch pass off the boards to Lucas Raymond. He's moving in, put on the brakes, goes down in a heap after stepping on top of the puck, and Parrott will pick it up and play it up the right side. Toropchenko circling away from a defender, moves it up the right side, too far in front of Guy. And Alex Cotton saucers it off the boards out to Raymond at center ice, and he'll flip the puck in. Well, Raymond's been probably the Red Wings' best player here tonight.
Best player, and
he's logged a lot of ice time.
He really, really has.
Down to 1:30 to go in the second period. Neither team has scored here in the middle frame, but the Blues have a 3-1 lead.
You know who logged a lot of ice time in 2019 was Mo Sider. So our 2019 first-round pick, and now our 2020 first-round pick.
Yeah, we had him clocking in at about 35 minutes a game.
Oh, here's a shot through traffic by Perreault, and then he gave Toporowski a chop with his stick in the leg after the whistle. Toporowski now yapping at Andrew Parrott. That was a little cheap shot there. Parrott got away with a little slash to the leg of Toporowski.
Well, that's St. Louis's game tonight. I mean, obviously they wanted to take the body and they kind of throw the Red Wings off a bit and not...
But the way to stop it is the referee has to call it.
Well, I agree with that, but it's pretty apparent with only a minute or so left here in the second period, that's not going to happen. Unless the game gets out of hand and then something ugly happens, and then they'll start calling everything. But there's been a lot of ugliness on the ice already.
Down a minute to play in the second period. 3-1 lead for St. Louis. Toporowski tried to feed it out in front, broken up. Now the Blues fail to clear the zone. Plandowski shoots it off the glass into the left corner. Joe Veleno in the final minute. Dancing around in that left face-off circle. Brings it back towards the blue line. Put on the brakes to get away from Dickinson. Shoots the puck. That's blocked by Lafreniere as it's knocked around the boards into the corner. Comes back towards the line. Plandowski's shot blocked. Rebound left circle. Fighting for it for Detroit. That is Butler. Butler now moves it to Laferriere, and he has no stick, but the Blues managed to get it out to center ice with 12 seconds to go in the period. Back skates Joe Veleno. Away from his man, Washkurik, got it over the line, pass left circle. Pearson with a shot, and Ellis came up with a cat-like glove save in goal.
Nice quick snapshot there. Nice play between Veleno and Pearson, the two veterans of this prospects team.
Good pressure from the Red Wings here within the last minute of play.
Somebody call timeout? No, okay.
Well, they're pulling the goaltender with 2.8 seconds. The Wings are to get the extra attacker on the ice. So there's 6 attackers on the ice for Detroit. Maybe an opportunity for Pearson to win the draw, and the Wings can get a good shot on goal. Let's see what happens. Pearson digging into that face-off circle, wins the draw, comes back to Raymond. Now to Cotton with a shot, wide of the goal. That was a long 2.8 seconds, and the period comes to a close. St. Louis leading 3-1.
So
maybe Spartan Bob is here, the clock maker.
Even second period, did you think the Red Wings came out a little stronger than they did in the first?
Yeah, I think St. Louis tried to employ the same tactics that they were doing, and they kept it up throughout the game, but I think the Red Wings really handled it. I think they know that, we're behind in this game. We can't get caught up in that. We've got to really take the most of our opportunities, and they weren't bad on the power play. yet they just haven't been able to score. You've got to give the Blues credit that way defensively. Their goaltenders played very, very well too, Ellis, but overall, the Red Wings are only a couple of shots away, so this is going to be a good third period.
Ken, Sebastian Cossa in the second looked a little more confident, looked like he found his groove a little more, seeing the puck better. What did you like about his performance in this period?
Well, you want to see players rebound after they have maybe a shaky period, right? And I thought Sebastian Cossa did well, and he made the saves that he had to make. He had a little bit of help from the goalpost there on occasion, but played a really solid second period. But I thought the Red Wings, for the most part, they had many power play opportunities in that second period, couldn't score, but they did force the issue and did have some really good chances to score. And I give Colton Ellis, the goaltender for the Blues, a lot of credit. He made some big saves.
Right, he really did. I mean, he played very, very well, but you can see the skill level that the Red Wings have, that these prospects have, and they did calm themselves down. And I'm not exaggerating. The last two power plays, Lucas Raymond was on the ice for all 2 minutes. And and he certainly knows, he certainly has a different gear, a different sense, a different anticipation. And as I said, I remember seeing him in the prospects tournament, but he was injured in that tournament, his draft year that was in Plymouth. And, he and Lafreniere were considered to be the two best players. But you can see it. You can see why he is an impressive player. He thinks the game, he's two moves ahead, like, the grand chess master or something.
Well, Kirill Tutayev, actually, before we get into that, we're going to toss down to Carley Johnson, who is ringside with Director of Amateur Scouting, Chris Draper.
Thanks, guys. How lucky am I here at Prospects Camp to be joined by Director of Amateur Scouting, Chris Draper. So happy to have you. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, Carly. Glad to be up here, and glad obviously we're able to watch this tournament again.
Outside is gorgeous. It's looking beautiful in here, but it's absolutely freezing. Did you miss the coldness of Center Ice Arena?
I did. Yes, I did. Everything about it coming up here. What a beautiful day that we had, and then get to come in here. It is a little chilly, but that's what you expect, coming into a hockey rink.
It's almost like you're in that ice bath, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It keeps you awake, keeps you grinding. Got to be ready.
We're preserving our organs over here, but anyways, let's start talking about some hockey. It's game 2 of this Prospects Camp. As we know, the Red Wings are down, losing to the St. Louis Blues. But it doesn't seem like these young guys are folding under pressure. How important is it? Because hockey is not just a physical game, it's a mental game. How much does it mean to you as Director of Amateur Scouting to see some of these guys playing and acting like men out on the ice?
You know what? It's great. Obviously St. Louis came out there playing physical. They got off to a good start, but a lot of the guys, just keep battling. They're obviously sticking up for one another. It was a tough start, but that's the one thing that we let them know coming into this tournament on day one. This is going to be the most competitive event that you played in their young hockey careers. And for some of them, we have a handful of players that haven't played a game, since 2019. And here they are playing up in the Prospects tournament against, some good pace, some guys that played pro, obviously top prospects that St. Louis have. So, it's going to be it's going to be a good game. It's going to be physical. It's going to be fast, and that's exactly what it's been. And our guys, continue to battle, and that's what you want. It's you want to see how they're going to react in all different situations. The other night they obviously got off to a pretty good lead, and we gave up some goals, and they were able to hang in there and get the victory. Now we're on the other side of it. We're down by a couple goals going into the third period. I thought we had a real good push in the second period. A lot of guys, had some jump. We were getting opportunities, but the puck just didn't go in the net for us.
It kind of gives you, not that it's good to be down, but it gives the guys some adversity, and you can see them in different situations. But you were talking about physical gameplay in this tournament, and wow, hearing down here ringside, hearing the chips that are going back and forth, it's getting chippy out there. We got a lot of chirps around here, but how much do you like seeing the physicality in these young guys? Like we saw Donovan Sabrango drop the gloves against Braden Guy.
Yeah, you know what? Good for Donald. He's going to be that type of player, that type of teammate that's always going to stick up for his teammate. He's an unreal kid, character kid. I thought he had, I thought he's been good, obviously, in the 5 periods that we played so far. And then for him to step up and answer the bell for his teammates, that's the type of kid that he is, and he did a great job. And it just kind of rallies your team when you have that. So I think the guys have kind of answered hit for hit. It's obviously been been physical. I think St. Louis has probably some bigger and stronger guys, and I would say our players just they keep playing, they keep battling, they keep digging in, and like I said, I thought we had a real good second period. We had some great opportunities, had some great looks, but unfortunately the puck didn't go in. I think if they can replicate another period like that, I think they got a good opportunity to get back in this game.
Speaking of opportunities and getting the puck in the net, we saw Lucas Raymond get the lone goal for the Red Wings in this game, also scoring a goal in game 1 of camp. What have you seen out of him, and how excited are you guys to see him in a winged wheel sweater?
Yeah, it's great. Lucas is what a good young prospect for us. I think he's real excited to be over here, real proud and honored to put obviously the winged wheel on with so many other great Swedes that he looked up to be able to have that opportunity. Real smart hockey player, obviously very skilled. I thought he made, in the first period there before, I was actually on the same shift before he scored, made an unreal seam pass to Joe Veleno. And, Joe was, was a crossbody one time. That was a heck of a shot, too. So it's fun when you see, some good prospects making plays. And, he's a guy that, certainly can do that. And I think, in the second period, he had some real good looks there. You can see, the smarts and the savvy and the skill that he has on the power play, can make some plays. But they're going at him, and he hasn't backed down. And I think that's something that, it's certainly going to be different for him. And for us, it's great to see about how he just keeps playing and making plays. And he's that type of player that wants the puck on his stick.
And we talk about getting a lot of goal scorers in the Detroit Red Wings organization. It seems that Raymond has that quick and accurate shot, and he's just slinging them in the back of the net. Yeah, it's smooth. I mean, he obviously has a very smooth release. He's confident with the puck, and like I said, those are the type of players. They want the puck on their stick. They want the puck on the stick in the scoring areas, and they can certainly make some things happen. And, he's, to me, he can really shoot the puck. He's got a great release, but he also sees the ice very well and can make some high-end plays. And I thought he's done that over the 5 periods that he's played so far. Another player I've really noticed out on the ice that really hasn't been talked about all too much is Kirill Tatayev, and I hope I'm saying that correctly.
I hope you are too. Yeah, it sounds good.
Because if I'm not saying it right, you're not saying it right, right? Yeah. But Sean Horkoff actually gave us the heads up, telling us to have an eye out for him in this camp. 2 goals and an assist in game 1. Are you liking what you're seeing so far? Yeah, we are. You know what? You have to give Kirill a ton of credit. This summer, he came over. Probably in May probably around May. And he's been over here ever since. He's been training. He's been down at LCA. He's been training with our strength and conditioning, and it's paid off for him. I mean, he looked obviously, real good in the first game, and I thought he had some, just like a lot of our forwards, had some real good looks in the second game as well. But, he's obviously a Russian player that doesn't know a lot of the language, and he's really trying, to learn the language. And you love to see that. But he's a prospect that is excited to be over here, excited to have the opportunity. And like I said, he's really put the work in this summer. And, that's something that you want to see. You want to see your young prospects that put the work in and they get rewarded. And, that's something he's obviously excited. He's confident right now with the way that he's playing. He has some skill. He's, he plays a greasy game. He's on the pucks. He's quick. He sees the ice. He likes to shoot it. So, good for him, to come over, not speaking, very much English and really putting a real good summer in for himself. And like I said, for, the tournament so far, it's certainly been paying off for him. I also want to talk about Joe Veleno. We've seen him make a couple great plays. He had a goal in game 1. He's taking on somewhat of a leadership role in this team here, and we saw him make a great block, a big body check right before that Lucas Raymond goal. So he's definitely put on some weight, some muscle. He's looking more like he can play in the big leagues, in the NHL, and he's looking more manly. I mean, is this something you're seeing out of these guys just as they develop in a couple years?
Well, I'll trust you on this description that you used on speaking about Joe, but he does. You obviously can tell he looks thicker, he looks stronger. He looks stronger and heavier on the puck, which is obviously real important. I thought he had real good jump this period. And especially at the end of the second period, he made a lot of things happen right there. And it's the same thing. Joe is a player that wants the puck on his stick. He's got a lot of speed through the neutral zone. He'll challenge you one-on-one, and it looks like he knows that he has gotten bigger and he has gotten stronger. And when you know that as an athlete, you obviously have a lot more confidence, and that's where he is right now. So I think he had some good looks so far in this game. But, the thing that I like is just he's really putting himself in good position to get the puck, and he's getting the puck with speed, and then he makes himself dangerous. And, you're coming off the rush, opportunities to make plays with Lucas. They've had some nice give and goes. It looks like there's some chemistry there for guys that have never played together before. But when you get, good prospects and good hockey players, they can make that happen. I think they have, and, those are two of the guys that obviously have been good for us so far in this camp.
Outside of the rink, I hear he's somewhat of the player Uber. He's the only player here with a car, so he's been toting everyone around. And speaking of leadership role, I guess that's something that just comes with it.
You know what? That's something that Joe would do. He's obviously, he's a great kid. I think he learned a lot, playing over in the SHL last year, maturing. It was great for him to go over there and get a full season, obviously come and get some opportunities to play some games with the Detroit Red Wings. And, he's a player that, believes in himself and wants to make a big push here, to compete for a spot with the Detroit Red Wings. And that's what you love. And when you see a player like that, that's, making himself noticeable in this tournament, the prospect tournament, we'll continue to watch. And, like you said, it's, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's faster, and he's a lot more confident right now with the puck.
Amazing. And another player I've noticed being really physical out on the ice is Alex Cotton. He's been poking a lot of pucks away, and that's something you really look for in a player out on the ice for your team.
Yeah, smart player. He's probably at his best when he's on the power play. He's got a lot of deception on the blue line. He can really shoot the puck. He gets a good job getting pucks to the net for his forwards when there's traffic there, and he's competing. He's playing hard. He's another prospect that spent some time, in Detroit over the summer, and I think that, that's been real important for those guys. They're able to come in, you're down at beautiful Little Caesars Arena, you're training there, you're skating there, and then you get to, see, our Detroit Red Wing players, and I think that really helps with those guys to see, how hard those guys work. So Alex he's done a good job as well.
All right, and to wrap things up in between the pipes, we saw Victor Bradstrom have a great 30-save game in Game 1, and now we see Sebastian Cossa out there. How important is it for these players? And we saw a few goals get in behind Bradstrom, and then now with Cossa. How important is it that these goalies keep a good headspace and make sure that they don't fold under pressure, kind of like we were talking about earlier?
Yeah, well, I would say mental toughness has to be something, in that position. There's no doubt. I would say that, the best goalies in the world probably have very, very short-term memory, and that's what you have to have, So, obviously I thought Bradstrom made some incredible saves, and, some pucks kind of went in the net, and some nights that happened, and it's the same thing. It was, not the start that obviously, Sebastian would have wanted to have, but he bounced back with a solid second period and setting himself up here for a good third period. But it just goes back to, what we talk about, with the forwards and basically everybody. These guys, they're going to see, probably the best shooters that they've seen, and obviously for Sebastian playing in the WHL last year, and then, coming to this training camp and playing in this prospect tournament is probably, it's by far the most competitive, setting and atmosphere that he's been in. So, it was good to see how he responded, and, now he had a good second period, and it's something to build on, and it was the same thing with Bradstrom the other night. He made some, big saves, and, some pucks went in, but that's just, that's going to happen, and you want to see how they react and how they respond, and, that's something that's so important for goaltenders.
Not sure if you watch the show Ted Lasso, but Coach Lasso always says you have to be a goldfish and have a 2-second memory. So that's kind of the theme that we have going on. I mean, that's what you just have to do as a professional athlete. But again, a lot on the line for these guys, a very physical game. What are you hoping out of the third period?
You know what? It's, you hope and you come out, you're down 3-1, you come out in the first 5 minutes and you want to score a goal, to make it 3-2 and then, give yourself an opportunity to make that push. So I would probably say and I'm sure what the coaches are saying and the players as well, have a third period like they just had the second period, because the second period was really good. A lot of looks, a lot of opportunities. Pucks just didn't get in, and they got to find a way to score a goal.
Awesome. Well, Chris Draper, I cannot thank you enough for joining us. It's always a pleasure getting to talk to you, and I'm excited to see what else happens up here at training camp at Center Ice Arena.
Appreciate it, Carly. Thank you.
Thank you. Daniella, back to you.
Thank you, Carly. Always great to hear from Chris Draper. He's probably really excited to see a lot of these prospects that he's drafted here at Center Ice Arena for Prospects Tournament, presented by Huntington Bank. We are just about 4 minutes away from the third period. It's still a 3-1 game. The Red Wings played an even second period after going down 3-1 in the first. The stat that Ken and I were just talking about, is the Red Wings are 0 for 4 on the power play. So you've got to imagine that is something that's being addressed in the locker room right now.
Well, the Red Wings have had their opportunities, right, to get back into this hockey game, and let's say that they did have some good scoring opportunities while with the man advantage. That's why I give Colton Ellis a lot of credit for being strong between the pipes for St. Louis. But with that said, and we talked about winning hockey games, special teams is part of winning hockey. And if your penalty kill comes in and you win the penalty kill battle, you win the power play battle, you're going to win the hockey game. But right now the Red Wings have given up a power play goal, and the Red Wings haven't scored a power play.
Well, remember, like, St. Louis is, and Chris Draper said it, they're a big, heavy team, and they're playing a physical game. They're playing the body. And, what Scotty Bowman always used to say, the best way to combat that is to let them take penalties, and St. Louis has taken 4, and then the way you get back is score on the power play, and that kind of negates everything. Everyone seems to calm down, and, that's obviously – where the Red Wings need to, and quite frankly, I think that's why Lucas Raymond's played all 2 minutes of a power play. Yeah. I mean, he really does seem to be a catalyst tonight in getting things going, and I just think that Kosa didn't have a great first period. Mm-hmm. He came back in the second period and had a good, nice rebound period, which is important. The Red Wings had a good second period but didn't capitalize on their chances, so maybe this third period is a period where we see it all come together.
Well, we also should mention Kirill Tutayev. He had 2 goals in the Red Wings' first game against the Dallas Stars, and we haven't seen Jonathan Berggren in the second period, which is unfortunate, but that means Kirill Tutayev steps into that spot on the top line and the first power play unit. What did you think of him stepping into that role?
Well, I thought he looked pretty strong, and obviously he had a couple of goals the other day against the Dallas Stars, so why not put him up there on the top line and see what he can do? But the Red Wings have used a couple of players up there on that wing position. But again, it's an opportunity, right? If you're a prospect and you want to play on a top line, then you get that opportunity. I think it says a lot about your play, and if you get that chance, then you have to perform as well.
All right, Art, the Red Wings are back on the ice for the third period. What are they going to... Oh, no, he's smiling at me, you guys. I don't know what's coming out of his...
Raymond obsessed, but it does seem that Detroit's down 2 forwards in this game.
Yeah.
Right
Curry,
now. Curry and Berggren. So, obviously the forwards' ice time is going to go up. But I do think it's a testament to what type of player Lucas Raymond is, that he seems to be really a dominant force in playing. As soon as he says, yeah, okay, I'm not winded anymore, go back out there. I don't care who you're playing with, just be out there. But I do think that this is a period now where I think the Red Wings, really have to solidify themselves, capitalize on their chances, and if St. Louis keeps wanting to play that physical kind of game, make them pay on the power play.
Yeah, it seems like everybody on Twitter, too, is really enjoying the play of Lucas Raymond. A lot of mentions with the hashtag LGRW. A reminder to everybody watching tonight that if you use that hashtag LGRW, you just might see your comment on our stream. So, as we are, everyone else is excited about Lucas Raymond, too.
I was trying to see... LGRW, okay.
Oh, gosh, let's not put anything. Everyone filter out the Art Regner tweets, okay? we block him from the stream.
I really would like to see how many minutes Lucas Raymond has played, because as Art mentioned, he was on for the full 2 minutes on at least 2 power plays here tonight. And I was trying to look at our real-time stats, couldn't find it. But, he's out there to start this third period, and he's played a lot for Detroit, and he looks really sharp.
Yeah, Chase Pearson logging a lot of minutes as well.
All right, third period underway as the Red Wings need a couple of goals to get back into this hockey game. Alex Cotton with a fresh sheet of ice charges back into his own zone to pick it up and move it away from an oncoming Braden Guy, and the play is whistled down in that Red Wing zone right off the get-go.
Love the full crowd still here at Center Ice Arena. It's great to see. We're so excited to welcome everybody back to Little Caesars Arena this season. Tickets are on sale for all regular season home games, so you should visit DetroitRedWings.com, because I know Ken and Art really want you guys back there too.
We certainly do. You can critique Daniella and I for our performance on the big screen show.
Oh, yeah.
That's part of my favorite part about being there at Little Caesars Arena, is the puck is in that left corner. Toropchenko trying to twist and turn his way, got it back in behind the goal, a centering attempt, and it comes off the boards, out to center ice, and the defenseman Perunovic moves it out to center ice and shot into the Red Wing zone by Joshua, the forward of St. Louis.
Ken, you mean Game Day Live is your favorite part of being at Little Caesars Arena, right?
Absolutely, and I like the morning skate show too.
Oh.
Sabrango out to center ice will flip that puck in. 2-goal lead for the Blues. Minute gone by, third period. Ward, I believe, held it in. No, he didn't. There's the quick whistle.
Boy, that was pretty close.
Trying to listen in.
I think the referee's getting an earful right here.
Yeah, by St. Louis. And like most officials, they give you a little lip service and tell you, yeah, okay. And then they drop the puck and play starts.
Or maybe your boom mic wasn't such a bad idea.
I'll tell you what, that would be great.
I heard it plain as day, but can't comment on it as the puck comes out to center ice.
Again, this is a family show.
Exactly. Blues bring it ahead, Parrott. Muscled it up over the Red Wing blue line, and it's lifted out to center ice by the Wings defenseman Mason Ward. Butler with an attack, moves it ahead to Cross Hannes. Drop pass over the line to Sabrango, flipped it around the end boards. Parrott, first man of the puck, slams it around the boards near side. Brubacher, who didn't really have a lot of ice time in this hockey game, is in there.
Not.
So he's trying to jam it loose. In behind the goal, Parrott swings back after it for the St. Louis Blues and moves it out to center ice. Scooping it up there is McGee. Taps it into the Red Wing zone and reaching back after it, Brubacher circles his own goal. St. Louis changing on the go as the Red Wings, Brubacher lifts it up the right side, and out to center ice comes Pascual Zito, and he is knocked to the ice. Codd lifts it into the corner. Red Wings trying to get it set up in the St. Louis zone. Zito behind the net, tapped it to the right point. Pinching him was Plandowski, but it eluded him, and it comes back into the Detroit end. Blues after it in the corner. Matthias Lafreniere is going in after the puck, and now it's swung around the boards near side. Washkurik is hammered. Galloway at the point, keeps it alive. Galloway fired the shot, knocked down in front. Rebound comes back in the line to Galloway again. Blues with a little bit of pressure in the Red Wing zone. Now Washkurik turned the puck over. It's stolen though. Quick snapshot right there by Dickinson, and Kosa made the save. Red Wings now trying to settle it down. Toporowski trying to jam it up the boards to the blue line, held in. Now it's scooped up by Detroit. T-Bone Codd lays it up the wing and out to center, and Perunovic falling down, moves that puck out to Lafreniere, but he fell down over that blue line, icing called against St. Louis.
I think in this third period you're going to see increased ice time by some fellas who have not played as much the first couple of periods, because a lot of guys are starting to log some ice time, especially with Detroit being down two forwards. So far, Veleno and Raymond and Tutayev are out there again with Cotton and McIsaac.
2-goal lead for the St. Louis Blues. 3:15 gone by third period. Tutayev out there, dug the puck loose into the corner. Can the Red Wings get on the board here? Cotton now to McIsaac's shot. Pad save Ellis. Tutayev was held up a little bit, and the Blues now fired out to center. Guy up across the Detroit blue line. Swings it right, circle shot on goal. And a kick pad save from Kosa, the Wings netminder. On the attack at center, Joe Veleno shoots the puck off the stick of Ellis, the goaltender. Perunovic got it up the left side to McCallum. Now Toropchenko gets it over the line. The guy moves in, drops it back. Tucker with a shot way wide of the goal, and the penalty coming up to Detroit. So a penalty has been called, and I believe the Red Wings will be short a man. St. Louis 1 for 2 on the power play in this hockey game. The Red Wings 0 for 4, unless both players are going off.
I don't think so. On the interference?
Looks like. Oh, nope, that's.
Well, the Wings are short a man, and the St. Louis Blues now on the power play for unofficially the third time tonight. Alexandrov in for the faceoff for the St. Louis Blues. He has been over at the waist and taken the draw for Detroit. That is Cross Hannes. Blues win the draw. Perunovic with a shot. Kosa the save. Rebound. He reaches for it and smothers it. When the St. Louis player was knocked down out in front, that was Jake Neighbors.
Very similar to the first power play goal they scored. It was in this end too. Quick off the draw. Kosa made the save this time.
Interference was the call to the Red Wing player in the box as we have another face-off, this time circle to the right of Kosa. From the draw, the puck comes back to the blue line. Perunovic gets away from traffic, hands it off. Shot from the right side by Dickinson, and that one ends up in behind the Red Wing goal. Pearson looking on. Now it's into the corner. Sent around the boards. Dickinson corrals the puck, throws it down low, back to the blue line. Perunovic couldn't hold it in with a skate, and that one travels the length of the ice. And at 25 remaining in the minor penalty to Detroit. 3-1, that's our score. St. Louis with the lead. All the goals coming in the first period. Lucas Raymond, the lone goal scorer for Detroit. Perunovic going coast to coast like buttered toast with a chance. And Kosa made the save.
That's the Ken Kal we love.
Perunovic to the line. McGing has an opening. Pulls the trigger and scores. He toe-dragged the puck and shot it in. Power play goal. It's 4-1 St. Louis.
Kosa goes down and they shoot high over his glove.
Traffic in front of the net.
Yeah, there's traffic in front of the net.
But the play was made by McGing, who actually toe-dragged the puck to change the angle of the shot on goal, and that may have fooled Kosa a little bit.
I think it did. I think he thought he had it.
It seemed like McIsaac bit on it a little bit too.
Now that's a big goal for the St. Louis Blues. 2-man advantage goals in the hockey game. They lead by 3 here in the third.
Right, this crowd's pretty stunned.
From the face-off, the puck is in that center ice circle and tapped right out in front. Kosa shovels it off into the far circle. Now around the boards it goes. It's still in that Red Wing end. Cross Hannes looking on, trying to dig it away. McIsaac's in there too in the pile. Blues come away with it. Pass in front, fanning on it, right out in front of the goal. That's McCallum, and now it comes out to center ice. Galloway backpedals into his own zone and ripped it across. Toropchenko trying to go after it with Sabrango. They push and shove at each other. Ward in behind the Detroit goal, helping out for the Red Wings now and bringing it forward. Cooper Walker. Pass out to center over the blue line. That's Toporowski moving in, trying to feed it out in front. Ends up behind the goal. Toporowski with a feed. Ward with a chance. He flipped it from right out in front, trying to score, and Ellis made the save. Well, the Red Wings aren't a bit dangerous, trying to get back into this hockey game. They trail 4-1.
Again, there's a lot of chatter going on. Cross Hannes and Joshua going at it. You know, St. Louis is only going to continue this. Red Wings just need a goal right now in the worst way.
Out the center ice, Ward will pick it up. Now the Blues have played their game plan to perfection here. They wanted to play physical, and they certainly have here tonight against the Red Wings.
Out shooting them 25-18.
Puck ends up behind the St. Louis goal. Up the right wing boards, out to center ice. Alexandrov out to Loose, in over the line. Shot it in on goal. Kosa makes the save, gives up no rebound. He freezes the puck, and he'll hang on to it there and then push the puck over towards that right circle. That's where the faceoff's going to take place.
Talked about special teams earlier in the game and how if you win the special teams battle, you're going to win hockey games. Right now, St. Louis is winning that special teams battle with 2 power play goals.
Again, for the people looking at our stream, if you're just tuning in, the Red Wings are without Jonathan Berggren. He was hitting this hockey game early on and came back after being hit, but finished the first period, did not come back after the first. So we certainly hope he's okay. And Patrick Curry left the game with an apparent injury as well.
So that's 2 forwards the Red Wings have been down with for most of this hockey game.
You know, keep in mind tonight, too, St. Louis is going with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. Tucker inside the Red Wing zone.
Something that we've seen the Red Wing coach Jeff Blashill employ a number of times.
Yep. Here's Zito twisting and turning in his own end. Puck held in. Blues winning those battles along the boards. They still keep it in. Now it rolls off the stick of McCallum, who turns it over. 2-on-1 developing. Butler over the line with Pearson. Butler trying to shoot the puck. He did, and fired it off the glass into the protective netting. He had Chase Pearson over on the left side.
Right. Pearson was covered, though, and so he took the shot, which was the right thing to do. You know, I'm surprised there, Ken. You haven't called Chase Pearson, who's played a lot tonight.
No.
Here we go.
You haven't called him Peach.
He doesn't like to be called that. That's why I didn't say it.
or his new nickname with his new do here, Samson.
You know what I did learn about him at practice? He's a big fan of white Gatorade. I don't really know what flavor that is off the top of my head.
It's probably got to be like lemon lime or something.
And he's got a bucket full of lettuce, right?
Bucket full of lettuce.
He definitely has a bucket
loves
full of
the
lettuce.
white Gatorade.
But he says that bucket full of lettuce is aerodynamic.
Yeah, there you go.
12:43 to go, third period. Red Wings trail 4-1 to St. Louis. Lucas Raymond, the lone goal scorer for Detroit, came in the opening period. Luce hustles back after the puck, watched by Joe Veleno. Luce takes it behind his own goal, put on the brakes. Now muscled it off the boards, out to center ice. Cotton protecting the puck, turned it over to Guy. Moves into the circle, tried to center it out in front. And that one's off the stick of Joshua. It goes into the corner. Blues flip it in, and this one over the glass and into the crowd. Red Wings take on the Blue Jackets tomorrow.
That's right.
Daniella, right here. It's a 6 o'clock start. We'll be on the stream at 5:40 in the afternoon.
You guys will be without me tomorrow, but that's not to worry. You've got one of our Columbus Blue Jackets broadcasters coming in to help Ken call the game. You won't have to do the whole thing.
That's right, and we'll learn a little bit more about the Columbus Blue Jackets, and then you get to go home and kind of R&R before training camp, right?
Yeah, well, I've got some Tigers games to go to.
I forgot about that.
Have we figured out who they're playing?
I'm going to have to check again, to be honest with you.
I think it's about time to go back to the Central Division, right?
Right.
Of the American League.
Galloway in pursuit. Now the wing steal. Circling the net, T-Bone Codd. Checked in along the corner boards. Dickinson trying to jam it loose for the Blues. Larkin in there too for St. Louis. T-Bone trying to knock that puck away. Squirts free, comes back towards the blue line. Sabrango's shot, hit Codd in front. He got the shot away, and Ellis on his back will freeze the puck in the goal crease.
It's the White Sox, Art. White Sox in
White
town.
Sox, I knew.
There you go.
I knew the Central. I mean, they play those teams 19 times, so I knew the Central had to be creeping up here as the season ends.
T-Bone Codd right there with an opportunity in close.
I would say the Tigers' schedule is going to be heavy Chicago and Kansas City.
Kansas City is the next home stand, so the next home series, so you're correct.
Top line moving out there for Detroit.
That's right.
With Veleno, Tutayev, and Raymond.
Gotta hope they can get something going quick here.
Got Plandowski on the right point, and over on the left side, you got Brubacher.
I know I'm mixing sports here, but as Ernie Harwell used to say, they need some instant offense.
There you go. That applies to almost every sport.
Lucas Raymond trying to feed Veleno. Knocked to his knees, gets up quickly. McGee checked him in along the boards and allows the Blues to break free out at center. Perunovich to the trailer. It bounces off a wing stick out to center ice. Tucker shoots it back in. The Blues have to tag up, otherwise they're offside, and they do. Now Plandowski hangs the puck over to Raymond, who slings it across. Brubacher to Raymond again. Couple of moves by Raymond at center to get it over to Tutayev. Racing down the right wing boards into the St. Louis zone. Steers it down low. Washkurik intercepted the puck, didn't clear it out. Rung it around the boards. McIsaac holds it in left point. Got it to Raymond behind the goal. Tried to wrap it around. Chance out in front by Tutayev. Wow. And Ellis with the save. McIsaac now floats it down low. Play back into the corner. Tutayev to Lucas Raymond. Shot it around the boards. Chase Pearson with it. Pearson turning away from traffic. Took a slash from Tucker. Shouldered him in along the end boards. Now it's Pearson picking it off again, working hard to Alex Cotton. Left circle feed McIsaac. Right circle feed. Red Wings passing the puck nicely. Tutayev sends it into the corner for McIsaac. A penalty coming up to St. Louis. And finally it's touched inside the zone by LaFerriere. And now the Blues are in the penalty box. Red Wings go on the power play.
Special teams. Here we go again, Red Wings on the power play. This will be their 5th of the game, Ken, so hopefully they can capitalize on this one.
Good sustained pressure in that last series by Detroit, and that's what they need. They're being outshot 25-20 in this game thus far. Half the third period still left, 10:02 to go. Still plenty of time for Detroit.
Short-handed, Joshua up across the line will flip that puck into the corner. Sabrango took him down in a heap in the corner, and that allows the Wings Cotton to play it ahead.
Dakota Joshua, quite the force in this game.
He definitely is. He's a big man.
Wings shoot it in. Cotton, rebound, left corner. Sabrango flipped it around the boards. Hustling after it, Zito. Zito misfires. Puck picked up. Joshua dumped it down the ice in a penalty-killing roll, and a minute 25 to go in that Red Wing power play. St. Louis leading by 3 goals, 4-1 here in the third. 9:15 to play. Sabrango at center ice, rifles it in on the corner, took a funny bounce, now goes to McGing, who's the first man of the puck. Hannah Steele centers it out in front. Pearson took a whack at it, and clearing house right out in front was Jake Neighbors of St. Louis. And a minute 7 to go in the Red Wing man advantage here in the third.
Number 1 unit coming back out. Tutayev stays out there with Veleno and Raymond. Chase Pearson still out there, and McIsaac.
Ellis has played strong for St. Louis. He's made some big saves. Pearson in for the face-off, and he's going against Washkurik of St. Louis. From the face-off, the Blues streak out to center ice. Neighbors, 1-on-2. Veleno in pursuit with McIsaac. McIsaac checks him in along the boards. Pins that puck in along the end boards. Neighbors trying to kick away at it. Now we got 4 Red Wings in there trying to jam that puck loose.
Well,
time coming off that penalty kill clock.
Exactly. He'll stay there all day if you want.
Exactly. 44 seconds left in the man advantage. Veleno brings it up across the Blues line. Fired a shot off the stick of Perunovich, and that one ends up in the protective netting. Good crowd on hand here in Traverse City, a Saturday night affair as the Red Wings take on the Blues, and just so great to see people. And this is a community that just welcomes the Red Wings, not only for the Prospects tournament, but for training camp as well. They've been great over the years.
Hockeytown North.
Yep.
They love it up here. And again, tickets for preseason and regular season home games are on sale now. We want to see you at Little Caesars Arena this year. We're excited to welcome you back there too.
Hey, the Red Wings start off the season with a 4-game homestand, and you'll see teams like Tampa Bay, Vancouver, Calgary, Columbus.
Back to our traditions of the night before Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve.
Oh, here's a shot by Raymond. He scores! A wrister, his second goal of the game, and the crowd cheers here in Traverse City.
I think I've developed a new man crush.
Everybody loves Raymond, that's for sure.
There you go, Danielle. I like that. I like that. Maybe not original, but appropriate.
Hey, I'm trying here, okay? I'm sorry I don't have the Ken Kal coast to coast like buttered toast.
That's his 3rd goal of this tournament, Lucas Raymond, and he's been on fire. 2 goals here tonight, and he's logged a lot of ice time, and he has been the Red Wings' best player in this game tonight.
Well, buttered toast Ken eats with every meal, so.
With butter, not margarine.
Oh, guys, no, definitely
butter
the butter.
only.
Well, the Wings can get another quick one here. Look out. Here's a wrister by Walker as he tried to pick the upper corner.
That was nice. Walker's looked pretty good here.
And just to make note of this, Daniela and Art, that goal by Raymond was a power play goal.
Yep. Well, that's good. We were talking about needing to convert on the power play. That's a step in the right direction.
So the Blues have 2-man advantage goals in the game. The Red Wings have 1. Face-off where the Red Wings want it. And again, there's plenty of time left, 8:14 to go. If the Wings can get another quick one here, we've got a hockey game.
Right, somebody should update the scoreboard.
It's all right. We know in our hearts it's 2.
Well, it might be psychological. Give St. Louis a false sense of security.
Cross Hannes along the right side. Now Dickinson will swing it from the blue line into the corner. Adam Brubacher has it in behind the Red Wing goal. Wings prepare the breakout. 2-goal game now. St. Louis 4 and the Red Wings 2. Wings shoot it in. Ellis will just freeze the puck and hang on to it off that left goal post in his own end. Of course, this year, as always, I'm looking forward to doing that forecheck show with you, Daniella. It's always nice to inform the fans a couple of hours before the hockey game.
And I love watching it. That's how I get my prep work done.
Art's still having his first cup of coffee at 4:30, so that's what's happening.
That's very true. I appreciate that, both of you, very, very much. Thank you.
It's that beauty sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Puck dug around the boards as Ward pinches in for Detroit, and finally we've got a whistle. We've got a penalty from center ice. The official behind the play calls a tripping penalty.
I think it's on Sabrango. Maybe not. He does not like the call, whoever it's on.
And entering the penalty box is Pasquale Zito for Detroit, and the Blues go on the power play.
That is not what you wanted to do at this point in the game.
No. You're going to have to kill this penalty off for sure. Shots are evening out, 25-22 now in favor of St. Louis. It was 25-18, and the Detroit did have a power play, but they're starting to carry play a little bit.
Tell you what, I like that Perunovich on the blue line. He can get away from traffic. He's pretty calm and collected there on the blue line. Pass, McGing centers it in front, trying to one-time it right there was the forward Alexandrov. Back to the left circle, McGing.
Certainly, they want to go cross ice and get Kosa moving because he's a big man. You can see what the plan is.
Oh, here's a deflection in front after the shot by McGing, but Kosa made the save. Kosa looked a little bit shaky in the first period, but after that 3-goal outburst by the Blues, he has settled down and has allowed just 1 goal. That was the power play goal by McGing here in the third.
And McGing made a great move, toe drag, to really open up an entire side of the net for him.
McGing's a 2018 fifth-round pick of the St. Louis Blues. In fact, they've got a lot of late-round picks in this tournament as the Wings will clear the zone after they won the faceoff. 6:50 to go. Minute 21 remaining in the St. Louis power play. The key about this power play for St. Louis is the fact that 2 minutes come off the clock if you kill it. So it just takes more time off the clock for the Red Wings to try and get back into this game.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it'd be nice to get a shorty, but let's be honest here, that's probably not going to happen.
Puck comes over to the right point. Shot in front off his stick. In after it is Toporowski for Detroit, and the play whistled down.
The St. Louis power play has been steady all game long. They look really good.
Yeah, McGing with both power play goals, and scored in the first period and has got the lone goal for St. Louis here in the third. To tie it back out there in a penalty killing role for Detroit along with McIsaac.
I think you're going to see everybody in every role with down 2 forwards.
Hannes and Brubacher out there for Detroit. Perunovich holds it in at the left point. Sticked it down low, left circle to McGing. Lost the handle of it. Brubacher with a check on his man. Dickinson lost the handle. Comes back to the line, out to center ice, and the Blues have to regroup in the neutral zone. Perunovich drills it back into the Red Wing end. Dickinson first man to pick it up right wing. Now the Wings steal. McIsaac slammed it off the boards, didn't clear it out. Chipped down low into the corner, hustling after it cross Hannes. McGing all over his back. Alexandrov scoops it up with his backhand, turns to his forehand, lays it in behind the Red Wing goal. Neighbors to the blue line of Perunovich. Perunovich finding an opening, right circle, moves in, shoots and scores. A wrist shot and another power play goal for the Blues. They increase their lead to 5-2.
People are starting now to head to the exits.
Well, yeah, you got to think that's the dagger in this game. Like I said just moments ago, St. Louis power play has looked really strong.
That's the third power play goal in the hockey game for St. Louis. You mentioned coming into the third period, the Blues were 1 for 2 with the man advantage, and now they've scored twice with the power play.
I'm wondering when was the last game that Sebastian Kosa gave up 5 goals in a game. I'll bet you it was a while ago.
Well, look at his save percentage with Edmonton, the Western League, right? He was, what, at .941, something like that? 17-1-1, but this is a whole new ball game when you play with these players.
Right, he'll be doing a little reflecting after this game.
He's a competitor, though.
Oh yeah, he does not lack confidence. I mean, this is a blip on the screen.
Lucas Raymond back out there for Detroit. He's logged a lot of ice time, and he scored both Red Wing goals in this hockey game. 5-2 St. Louis, 5:18 to play in the third. Parrott, pass to Joshua, deflects it to the side of Kosa. Left it back for Sabrango, moves away from an oncoming Braden Guy and behind the net. Wings chip it up the boards out to center ice. Pearson with a check on Joshua. Raymond along the boards trying to jam it loose. Joshua pins that puck with a skate along the boards, poked free. Red Wing player Cotton handles it, and he will flip it up into the air and up across the St. Louis line. Parrott knocked it down as the Blues will change on the go, and so will the Wings. 4:40 to play, third period. 3-goal lead for St. Louis, 5-2. Blues lost their first game of the tournament in overtime to the Maple Leafs. Red Wings beat Dallas the other night by a score of 5-4. St. Louis dumping it down the ice, and Kosa has to play it. Scooped it across to the Red Wing player, Mason Ward. Quick feed out to center ice. Rink-wide feed to Walker, in over the blue line. Speed, right circle with a dipping shot, and Ellis came up with the lobster claw right there and made the save.
Red Wings back tomorrow against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Stream starts at around 5:40. Game starts at about 6 p.m. We got to see Columbus play Dallas last night when we were calling that game, so it should be a good matchup.
And you look at some of the scoring leaders in the tournament. Cole Sillinger was outstanding.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Right. He has 4 points in the tournament so far. He's second, actually tied for first with Riley Tufte of Dallas. And Igor Chinnikov, 3 goals in the tournament.
Was good too.
Well, Sillinger's goal last night in the game that we did, Columbus and Dallas, turned the game around for Columbus.
Yep.
Son of Mike Sillinger. Red Wing fans very familiar with Mike Sillinger.
Galloway with a shot from long range. Pad saved by Kosa. Another shot caught Kosa in the face mask, but didn't phase him as the Red Wings T-Bone Codd brings it out to center and shoots it into the St. Louis end. Galloway scoops it up. Galloway turns deeper into his own end, kicked it to his backhand. Toporowski chased him down deep in the zone, but he gets it across. Now to Dickinson at center. Flipping it over the Detroit blue line into the corner. Sabrango protecting the puck, moves away from traffic, got it up the left side. Follows up on the play to tap it out to center ice. Ferrier got it now out to the red line at center. Pasquale Zito drops it back to Cotton. Rink-wide feed Sabrango. Wings on the attack over the St. Louis line. Sabrango shot it around the boards. Into the corner. Tucker in pursuit. Now it's sent right out in front by Detroit. Broken up. And now out to center ice. Wash Kurek skates over the Red Wing line. Puts the puck through the legs of Cotton and tried to follow up, but it rolled right to the goaltender Kosa, who made the save. And just 2:46 to go in regulation.
These are some diehard Red Wings fans. We've still got full stands here at Center Ice Arena.
Well, they love their hockey up here.
Yes, they do.
They haven't seen it in a while either.
Exactly. A few St. Louis fans in attendance here. Don't know if they live up here, if they came in from St. Louis just to watch some of their prospects play.
Probably have a summer home up here.
Beautiful area to have a summer home, that's for sure.
No question. Can you have like 4 or 5 different summer homes right all over the country?
Wait a second. Why haven't we been invited?
And they're all mansions.
Yeah, they're all mansions. They're all huge. Heck, you could live in Dearborn Heights then.
Puck along the boards in the corner, the Red Wing zone. They jam away at it. Puck comes back to the line to Loose. Loose from the left point. Shoots it left face-off circle. Centering attempt broken up. Pearson reaching for it. Loose now with a shot. Kosa the stick save. Big rebound. Right circle cleared away by Pearson. Up the boards and down the ice into the Blues end. Hustling after it is Griffin Loose. Chasing him down the Red Wing player Hannes. McIsaac shoots it back in from center ice. Hannes heads over to the Red Wing bench on a change with 2 minutes to play in regulation. And a 5-2 St. Louis lead over the Red Wings. Now Valeno steals, carries over the blue line, pass over to Raymond, knocked it down with his glove, centers it out in front of the net, and Alexandrov knocked off the puck, but it comes out to center to McGing. McGing over the blue line, Tried to toe drag the puck like we saw earlier when he scored on the power play. This time it didn't work. Back to the blue line it comes. Shot taken, pinballs off a leg. Sabrango reaching for it. And the Wings shoot it out to center. Stretch pass for Toporowski, broken up. Now Valeno fights off a check to get a shot away. Didn't get it on target. He shot it wide of the goal. Valeno picked it up in the offensive zone. Now to Sabrango. Snaps the puck into the corner. Brubacher spun his man around. It was Ferrier, and now they battle for it in the corner. Galloway in there trying to jam the puck away. Wings dig it loose. That's Toporowski to the blue line. Cotton shot blocked. Rebound to Tayev. To Cotton. Now it's a shot right out in front of the goal by Brubacher. And the save made. Rebound comes back out to the Detroit blue line, and the play is stopped, and we've got a penalty call on the play from the referee behind. Brubacher and Neighbors having words as Brubacher makes his way into the penalty box. 48 seconds to go. That happened behind the play.
Right, it did happen behind the play. I don't think these teams are going to be exchanging Christmas greetings.
Some other greetings,
yeah,
maybe.
Definitely. Better make sure they're not going to go to the same place for dinner after the game tonight.
Not staying at the same hotel,
yeah,
are they?
right. Yeah, definitely don't want that to be happening.
Well, it'll be interesting. You and I are calling the game on Monday as the Blues play the Dallas Stars, and that'll be an interesting game to see how the Blues play against Dallas.
Dallas also a pretty big physical team, too, so yeah.
So the Blues, with 3 power play goals in the game, finished this contest with the man advantage. 24 seconds left to play in regulation. They enjoy a 5-2 lead, and they want more. Perunovich with a shot. Kosa diving across from his right to his left, made the save of the blocker. McIsaac steals the puck behind the Red Wing goal, pins it in along the boards. Washkurik in there trying to jam it loose. This is where you got to be careful. Oh, there's a cross check to the back by Tucker. And now the game is over, but that was a cross check to the back by Tucker on a Red Wing player, and the game comes to an end. And the St. Louis Blues defeat the Red Wings 5-2.
The story of this one, special teams for the St. Louis Blues. They had 3 power play goals in the game.
I'm just not a fan of the stick work, especially that we've seen from the Blues. I don't want to sound like a homer here, but it just seemed like it was rather chippy, and there was a lot of stick work. And I think in a regular season game, you have to answer to that, don't you?
Red Wings are going to go out to center ice and thank the fans for showing up. So that's...
and they're still showing them love.
Right.
Good old Hockey Town North.
It was a good, hard hockey game. Really played, but from the get-go, from the opening face-off, it was pretty apparent what St. Louis wanted to do. Take the body and throw the Red Wings off a little bit, negate their speed and negate their skill. And St. Louis was fairly skillful too, but their goaltending was solid. Kosa, I think, probably the first goal was legit. Second and third, he probably would like to have back. The Red Wings did settle down into a pattern, but St. Louis did not deviate from their game plan, and it paid off for them tonight.
Well, if you're a Red Wings fan, you're not excited that the Red Wings lost that game, but you are excited that Lucas Raymond scored 2 goals, one of them on the power play, and he now has 3 on the tournament, Ken.
Yeah, he was brilliant out there, and the best player on the ice for the Red Wings by far. Like the way he worked the puck in the offensive zone. He back-checked. He played on the power play. Killed some penalties here tonight. And I really liked how he quarterbacked the power play back there on the blue line.
Yep.
Finding his teammates with some really good stretch passes and finding lanes through traffic and actually finishing a couple of times here tonight with goals.
Right. He anticipates well. He has a great shot. It's hard. It's accurate. He can get it off within seconds. And so... milliseconds, really. Very, very impressive. I mean, certainly, as I said, I don't mean to keep sounding redundant here, but I saw him play in the summer showcase. He was impressive, but he was hurt. He was not 100%. And watching him today, though, I mean, future looks bright for Lucas Raymond at least. I think Sebastian Kosa is probably going to want to have a few of these goals back. I think that he's probably chomping at the bit to get into the net. I think he's going to lobby Red Wing officials to put him in tomorrow against Columbus because it's the last game the Red Wings play in this tournament. But there is a couple of downers though. I mean, Jonathan Berggren, he didn't play after getting injured, fell behind the net awkwardly. Somebody hit him and, was bent over and skated, tried to play again but did not. And also Patrick Curry also left. So the Red Wings were down 2 forwards for the second and third period. And, that puts a strain, obviously, because everybody has to pick it up a notch and their ice time increases. And as the game gets on, they might get a little gassed.
Yeah, that's right, Arden. Jonathan Berggren been playing well throughout this tournament. Again, he only got a period in tonight, but he did look pretty good too. And Chase Pearson, he was a little quieter in this game, but he played well in the first game. He's somebody that we've talked about making a push for that fourth-line center.
Yeah, I thought Chase, obviously they trust him. He played in every situation. He's a big leader, too. At the University of Maine, as a freshman, he wore an A. He was an assistant captain or alternate captain.
Right.
And then as a sophomore and junior, then he turned pro with the Red Wings, he was captain of the Maine Black Bears. That's a high-end Division I hockey program. And so, he and Veleno, I think, answered the bell, answered the call. Donovan Sabrango also did when he fought in this game, because St. Louis just kept taking the body. It was a very, very physical hockey game. I don't think the Red Wings necessarily backed down. They kept trying, they kept coming and all that, but when it was said, St. Louis capitalized on their power plays. The Red Wings didn't capitalize on theirs except one time, and maybe that was the difference in the game.
It definitely was the difference in this game. Special teams, you win that battle. Normally you win the hockey game, and that's exactly what St. Louis did here tonight. The Red Wings have a chance to bounce back tomorrow at 6 p.m. They will be taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets right here at Center Ice Arena. Again, I'm going to go work some Tigers games back in Detroit. So Art Regner, Ken Kal, Carley Johnson will be on the call for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Prospects Tournament 2021 presented by Huntington Bank, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
I thought I never understood the rules, yeah. Standing up for something good. I know that it might take some time to believe, yeah. But maybe I can make this right. Oh no, I'll keep on fighting. Watch me go. I'll be living in a better world. Ooh, you never bring me down.